हेलो 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 सॉरी स्ट्रीम ऑफ हो गया था। आई एम बैक, इट्स बैक। नथिंग टू वरी अबाउट। हो जाता है यार, कभी कभी बूबू हो जाता है गाइस। बूबूज आर मेंट टू हैपन। स्पेशली मेरे साथ कभी कभी कुछ ज्यादा ही बूबू हो जाते हैं लाइफ में। वेयर देयर इज जेडी देयर इज बूबू, एवरीवन नोज दैट। सो या, बूबू हैपेंड। कोई नहीं, वी विल फिक्स ऑल बूबूज। ये क्या बूबू हो रहा है? किधर है? हाँ, ये तो स्ट्रीम है, ये तो हमें करनी है। एक सेकंड रुकिए गाइस, फटाफट स्ट्रीम चालू करना जो हमें वॉच पार्टी करनी है उसकी। गिव मी अ मोमेंट टू फिक्स दैट फॉर यू गाइस। थोड़ा सा नेट की वायर खिंच गई थी मेरे पैर से, एंड नाउ आई हैव मैनेज टू फिक्स इट। इट हैज बीन फिक्स्ड।
Arena, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to OMEN Valorant Challenger South Asia. You guys are watching Velocity versus Revenant Esports. Both these teams are about to go head to head against each other. And guess what? You've seen Velocity experiment before, but this is an experiment unlike any other. This is a bit too wild, friends.
डन, चालू हो गया। या, we're back. ये स्ट्रीम की आवाज मेरी है कि मेरी, मेरे को नहीं पता, मैं चेक करता हूँ। एक सेकंड, स्ट्रीम की आवाज फिक्स करने दो गाइस। Is it my sound or stream sound? I think stream sound is a little GG over here. Yeah, it's the stream sound. Chat भी no sound कह रही है. But oh, DM खेल रहा है आज. Interesting. मैं लगा देता हूँ आप लोग के लिए वापस. Yes. DM खेल एक्सकैलिडोमा मित्रासु डेथ मेकर. Interesting. अरे गेमर जी लेट नहीं है यार, लेट नहीं हो। मेरी स्ट्रीम अभी थोड़ी सी ऊपर नीचे हो गई थी। स्ट्रीम ऑफ हो गया, स्ट्रीम ऑफ हो गया था। इट इज बैक। थोड़ा सा सेटिंग में ऊपर नीचे कर दिया था मैंने। ये क्या लेके आया भाई? ये क्या अलग लेवल का स्टेज पे बैंटर? कल भी इसने कुछ ऐसा ही किया था ना, उल्टा पड़ गया। क्या लेके आया? कुछ तो लेके आया, मैं सुन भी नहीं पा रहा। डे वन एंड प्रो। ठीक है, लाइनअप तो, लाइनअप तो है। स्टेज भी मस्त है यार। भाई एक बात कहो, आपका जॉली कैरेक्टर में जो होता है उसका इफेक्ट एडीए कैरेक्टर में पड़ता है?
हेलो 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 चेक।
नहीं
हेलो
नहीं नहीं
चेक।
नहीं नहीं, नहीं
अभी भी
पड़ता है।
जैसे मेरे को अपनी आवाज आ रही है पीछे से हल्का हल्का। हेलो 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 हेलो
ये कौन? हेलो हेलो कौन?
हेलो 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 हेलो। हाँ अब नहीं आ रही। हेलो हेलो। नहीं 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 अभी नहीं आ रही। नहीं नहीं। चेक चेक चेक। Oh, all the players are completely ready. Team Revenant grouped up. They will be looking forward towards their second victory. And I mean, if they are,
नो साउंड? मेरा साउंड तो, अरे वो स्ट्रीम पे साउंड नहीं है, दैट्स।
हाँ
मेरे से
हाँ,
बात करो ना, स्ट्रीम का साउंड आ जाएगा, टेंशन नहीं है।
अच्छा चलो अभी तो ठीक है ना मतलब। अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है।
अरे क्यूट, अरे प्रतीक भाई, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम ब्रो, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। प्रतीक भाई है स्ट्रीम पे।
Massive surprise if
आ गया।
somehow that map sneaks through. it would be
Pratik bhai,
a
how
very
are you?
difficult game for Velocity,
QT,
and it already
brother,
is without
QT.
that IGL.
किस बात का QT भाई?
Hey, that's correct. And
Oh.
let's have a look. Let's have a look at the map select.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, the agent selection over here. Like Scally previously picked, I
Paradox on
think.
Raze.
Oh, never mind.
तो है भाई.
We'll jump
Paradox
right
का
back
explosive
into
तो है.
action. But yeah, I mean, we'll first have to look at the maps that will be shown over here. So, Revenant, what do you think, Crips? Do we have a bind, or does Team Velocity just insta ban it out?
I don't know, bro. I mean, there's so many choices to pick and choose from. If they try to go for an insta bind ban, sorry, but then they might be opening themselves up to a Pearl or maybe a Lotus pick.
Fracture ban.
Okay, they ban Fracture. That's also good enough. Revenant are a very chaotic team, and they don't want to
Pearl
give
here
a
ban.
chaotic team Fracture by default, which could be their strong map. Although
Split
Revenant
is
haven't really showcased any affinities towards Fracture, so I guess a bind ban could have been in the works. They probably could have gone for it, but now that it's in the pool, do Revenant pick it up?
Okay, Revenant
Of
selecting
course
is
they do.
interesting.
They're super
Bind ban
comfortable.
की बात
Even the
सच्ची बोल रहे
first
हो,
map
bind
that they have,
selecting
Velocity, the map of Split,
अभी तक
that
I
is
don't
also a
think-
very
have we
interesting pick
seen
because if you
Pacific
remember
में
against
bind?
Team
I don't think
Militant,
Pacific में bind देखा है.
they got a very close game. And yes, there'll be data of just one game on how Revenant likes to play it out
As
and how do they
Veto करेगी.
like to set up their default defenses, because
As in
Split
Veto
being a
करेगी, yes.
defense-oriented
Haven
map,
पे
you'd
नहीं
like
last.
to have as many rounds on attack as possible.
Haven पे अच्छा
There
खेला.
will be little data available. But was it enough for Velocity to go and choose that map? And then the decider is Haven too. Hey, according to me, this map veto has gone all the way to Revenant. They really have an advantage on the maps that they're playing.
I mean, to some extent, I can probably argue that Velocity will be able to hold their ground on Haven. They've done so in the past. Obviously not against Rangadan, they got
Against
destroyed
Squads
32,
with
but
kind of Anuj bhai
I
calling
feel like if
करेंगे.
Haven was earlier on in the map
Interesting.
veto, if that
Back
was the
to
first
the
pick
old
and Split
calling
being the last one,
system.
I think it probably could have helped out Velocity a
I
bit
don't know,
more.
player transition
It is true that they were
कैसे
able to
लोग
defeat Militant
used
on
to play
Split,
under
but
one
then
IGL
again, you
and
have to
then
realize
वापस-
Militant
but
were
they played
going through
under
some
Anuj
wild
bhai for a
experiments
longer
at that
period
time.
of time, so I
You know,
don't
they were
think
picking Harbor and
adaptation will be
everything
that big
on
a problem.
Split, which isn't something you see a lot of
So-
teams do.
I
So,
don't think वो होना चाहिए.
yeah, the things could have been a little dicey for Militant, and Velocity still faced some trouble. They still won 13-10, which isn't that convincing of a scoreline. And especially against a team like Revenant, who are known for their blitzkrieg attacks and their really fast pace, I think Revenant might just have the perfect setup for this match win.
Social media
Bind
पे चल
already
रहा
is in their
है,
favor. We've seen how amazing they are at it.
इधर भी चल
And
रहा
even
है,
though they lost
ये
against
stage पे भी
Orangutan,
हो
I
रहा
don't
है.
think Velocity will have that same caliber of comeback against them.
Oh, the lineups, here we go. Right to ace with a breach. We have a breach sky combination coming in for Team Revenant, and Paradox will be seen on the race. DM, though, as we all know, just loves to play Jet. That is exactly what he's going with.
वापस.
Helef will be playing the Omen and Amatrasu on the Sage, alright. And Doma will be the Cypher. So they are running a double Sentinel comp. Team Velocity should get good number of rounds on defense, and then the attacks will be very, very quiet, very, very slow default sort of attacks, I think. And that's where Team Velocity will try to find their round in the attacking side. But on the other hand, I love what Team Revenant is running. A very util heavy comp. You put two players on a side, and all the sort of combinations you can make with these
I would say
5 agents
stronger,
in pair
but-
of 2. They'll easily be able to stop a 5-man push coming towards them.
It's a little
Easily being the keyword over here. Revenant Esports fighting fire with fire.
Heavy
These
number
guys
of-
are the epitome of aggression and breakneck paced executes.
flashes. so
Velocity, on the
flashy.
other hand, was supposed to be a very flexible team, but
Being
because
active
of their
with
recent
paranoid,
lineup changes and I must say abundance of lineup
Breach
changes,
का stun
they
है,
are kind of struggling
Sky
right
का
now.
dog है.
Amatrasu and Hellfighter pick up
Lock-
agents, which I
lockdown
expected
बहुत
them to,
easily
although it's
करेंगे
been a while since I've
एक
seen a
side
Sage on this map.
Especially-
I'm not really
especially he.
completely caught off guard with it.
But
But Doma being on Cypher, yes, it does kind of tick me off. I would have expected a Killjoy on the other hand, but then again, Ching is also wielding the hatted spy, so it's fine. Velocity start with a fast pace execute towards the B side. The paranoia, it gets the better of Ching, but in this Cyber cage, he might just be able to get it. Blackhawk was trying to follow up, hoping to trade out Ching, but the Trailblazer will make him very, very vulnerable. And the boom bot from Paradox is perfect. What amazing backup from these guys. Somehow, that Maker is still alive. The flash doesn't get him. But Doma coming in from behind could be the difference maker. Inside the smoke, he's only able to get one. And Paradox is now trapped in there.
He's all alone though, and just has 30 HP to his name. Now, if he's somehow able to find DM first, it'll be a great thing. But Paradox is being wrapped around by both the players.
Enemy
They
remaining.
try to go B main. Paradox delivers the headshot now down to Helef. And
No
the double
way!
headshots there. Para just closes out the
Paradox
round.
boy, hello.
And when we thought Team Revenant might drop the pistol, Para just says no.
My Paradox boy.
Para, such an innovative player. He broke that gap in the barrier, Rob, hoping to set up a flank peak for himself. But instead, he held his ground, knowing that Velocity will like to retreat. And with that tiny gap in the barrier, Rob, he stops the retreat. Oh, Velocity could have just legged it all the way there. They could have just ran past when they knew where Paradox was, but they probably didn't realize how low he was. If they had any idea, they might have just double peeked him. And how often have you seen a boombot kill, honestly? I don't see it very often, so that is quite funny to look at too. Good stuff from Paradox.
Oh, Velocity, they're trying their luck. This is the round where you try to, find the default setup of Team Revenant. Because in the early pistol, you were not able to get anything. This time around, they find vents completely empty. They know that their score is going to happen towards the main side, either A or B. The stun is there, followed with a page kills from Paradox. So that will make sure that they are able to reclaim vents. And they've already flushed off Velocity. So in the first 40 seconds, they just clear out mid. No progress towards either sides because they even do not have a lurker on either of the main areas. So they are all grouped up. They're hoping that these pistols together are able to make something work, where DM has upgraded to a sheriff and the remainder of the players there is a shorty for Helef, but the other ones just with pistols.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Now Doma has to be a hero.
No.
What am I watching over here? I was about to say that Doma has to be the hero because he's the only guy in that position. He was the one who was supposed to lurk while the rest of his teammates hit A. And he almost prevented getting knifed, but he still died regardless. Okay then, man. This kind of sets the pace for the game. It kind of sets the tone entirely. It's just the second round and we're already witnessing shenanigans like these.
Hey, the bottom line, Revenant gets the round, and there's no knife till now. For this game at least. At least till
So
now, they were not able to
Who
get
goes
that
for
knife.
a knife in the second round itself, dude? The game has just started.
I know, but the good thing is, if Josh falls there, I mean, you lose mid, you become a little bit paranoid. So things could have really gone wrong for Team Revenant. But hey, you get it under control. You got it under control. And look at Paradox. He's just 2 away from his showstopper too. And if you count Seekers as an impactful ultimate in this game, then just 2 more orbs available.
Paradox
for Josh, and he'll have that he'll have those Seekers ready. But an early aggression towards this B side will result in a trade. But guess what? No smokes for Velocity in the entire round.
Yeah, no smokes.
But एक बात सोचने वाली है, इस मैंने लोग के साथ 2-2.5 साल खेला है,
put that nice beam in control
यार
smoke
क्या वो
over there,
read कर पा रहे
and
हैं?
I think they probably wouldn't even have lost Paradox if it wasn't for the slow on, because Paradox always swings wide and that kind of prevents his whole thing. At least the trade comes through. And you know what? Up against Vandals and Phantoms, I think even a 4v4 should be good enough. Yes. Set up for perfection, but that maker, he's got a flash in his face. And now it is going to be a bit weird because the dashes have been used up. There's only one bird left onto the Excali, and Velocity have lost quite a major chunk of their execute power.
They're waiting for all those cyclable util to come back, and especially
आप जो कह रहे हो करेंगे हो जाएगा.
Excali's bird is very important right now. One could be used for information, but the other needs to be thrown in to break the crossfire. Blackhawk spotted down too. The stun will be there. Amaterasu has a very important fight ahead of him. Right to Ace just peeks in perfectly. Gets a frag. No one checks Blackhawk, and he just reigns supreme with a 4K. And Revenant will win the bonus round.
Jesus, dude, Revenant are taking turns picking up all these multi-frags. First it was Josh with the almost knife and the triple kill towards Ape Heaven. Then it was Paradox with pistol, and now it's Blackhawk. Every single time somebody or the other from Revenant is able to go on a massive spree. And I would be tempted to say that the individual heroics are setting Revenant up for success, but this is not just individual heroics now, aren't they? Even if Blackhawk wasn't able to get all of them over there, he had backup available. It's just that they never needed all this backup.
जॉर्ज भाई वेट कर ले पैरानॉइड.
Now with cheap weapons once again, Velocity have to push into ramp as deep as possible. There's quite a lot of utility in the way, you know, the boombots will be sent, trailblazers exchanged on either side, and that will stop Velocity in their track. So instead of going ramp, they're now heading towards the bottom side where one of them will get trapped in the wire, and Ching is able to just dismiss all of them to back to spawn, dude.
This is what I was saying, Grapes. I mean, the comp that they're running, they have so much util to gain ground to stop the attackers from coming
Thank you,
in
Beauty
from
Boy.
side.
Thank you, Beauty
It's
Shake.
just very
Brightness
difficult for
low.
Velocity to try, if they
करते
try
हैं.
to throw these attacks every now and
लाइट्स
then,
थोड़ी
if
ज्यादा
they
ऑन
try to
कर
push
रखी है, बट
inside
चलता है.
all
सब काम भी तो
together,
कर रहे हैं यार.
it
गिल्ड
only
हाउस है.
needs two players of
काम
Team
धाम सब
Revenant to
चलता
stop
रहता
them.
है.
That is
टेंशन की
the
बात है ही
powerful
नहीं.
utility they have. This time around, Excali just tripped
बट
into the trip
जॉर्ज
wire.
भाई
Ching
on
was able
fire है.
to get one through the smoke and then the push off, then the push through heaven. Josh was
जॉर्ज
just
भाई
able
फायर
to get
देना है मस्त
everyone
वाला.
from that line of sight. And what a good round for Team Revenant, keeping it clean,
Okay,
no
Beauty.
weapons drawn,
Sorry.
money building up significantly, and they're looking very, very strong in the first half.
Yeah, one would have expected a defensive team to go up 4-0, but when Paradox is dry peeking you and deleting you like that, what can you possibly do?
No,
I would usually criticize dry peaks, but then again, it's Paradox, and he
अनुज
makes
भाई
it look
वो
so
ट्रेड लेते
easy.
हो अच्छे से.
Finally,
Nice one,
he
Anuj
gets
bhai.
punished for his
Let's go.
over-aggression.
क्या हम feel
He
the
does get
velocity कर
flashed
सकते हैं guys?
because of the bird that
Chat
Excali
में
threw in,
सबने
but now
feel the
Excali
velocity के Block
has
Max
only
भाई
the
member
Trailblazer
for
left.
2
Both his
months.
birds have
Thank
been
you
used up.
for
Josh
completing
uses the
2
Seekers,
months
and this will give away
as
where
a Game
Velocity are.
Master member.
But then again, Velocity don't have all that much map
Pranam,
control in the
welcome to
first
the
place. So
stream.
maybe Revenant can take a chill pill.
Look at Blackhawk. He's all the way in their spawn, and I don't think so.
आपको क्या लगता है
Velocity
ब्लॉट
have
में
any
कौन
idea
जीतने
about
वाला
the
है यार ये
play.
मैच?
The
इंटरेस्टिंग तो
stun
है
will
देखो.
even buy more time. The bird as well. It
इंटरेस्टिंग तो है.
is
वो
all
रेवन
setting up
थोड़ा स्ट्रांग
Blackhawk
लग रही है.
up for success once again. He is trying to support his team, which is really not necessary.
ऊपर
He
से
could still just
ये
continue the
मैप
flank and get
की
the frags he needs,
वेलोसिटी
and of
का
course
है.
he'll do that. The
ओके
resurrection
यार
will be invested. The
बैक
flash
स्टैब
in
होने
there.
वाले. बैक
The
स्टैब होने.
first fight. Oh, but Blackhawk.
ब्लैक हॉक
He
भाई
had
ने
all the
थोड़ा
players
सा
lined up,
ऊपर
and there
नीचे
was
कर दिए.
really no reason for
30
Josh to
seconds
peek
left.
before Blackhawk contacted over there.
वो थोड़ा ऊपर
Just
नीचे
some
हो गया गाइस.
mistakes.
आई एग्री.
Some mistakes into the battle. And Velocity, they bring the round back in their control.
Yeah, Velocity narrowly escaped that. I'm pretty sure they had their life flashing before their eyes as soon as they realized that Blackhawk is on the
10
flank.
seconds left.
They must be feeling terrible that they let a flank like that slip by in the first place.
एक
Let alone
सेकंड
survive
एक
it.
सेकंड
But
एक
because
सेकंड
there's a
में
resurrection
तुम लोग
available on
मैच देखो. एक
Amaterasu,
सेकंड
they
में
do get second chances. 1v3 for Ching, and he's pulled off some amazing stuff before. This will be a bit difficult, but he's got his camera to work with. The barrier orb will make sure that he can isolate the fights towards the left-hand side and go towards the pillar uncontested. But then this crossfire is just a bit too deadly. It's a bit too lethal. There's a double up on the right side, another guy on left. It's nearly impossible to win this one, but does that stop him from trying? Absolutely not. As long as he can kill some people and
Yeah,
keep
exactly.
Economy humble, it should be great.
And he gets one. I mean, he did what he wanted to achieve over here. And Revenant, the fashion they won the first 4 rounds, and they have a lot of money. I mean, they're set for at least 2 or 3 more rounds like these. And bear in mind, Velocity did win a 3v5
मैं
over
थोड़ा
round.
ना
but it
यार
was on
आज
the
पता
back
है
of a
स्ट्रीमर लोग
resurrection
बहुत
being
इसे
baited out.
प्रोफेशनली
And
वॉच पार्टी
Paradox, if he keeps
करते
doing
हैं.
shots like these,
मेरा थोड़ा ओल्ड
Velocity
स्कूल
will
टाइप
have
है.
a
मैं तो यार
really,
अगर
really
मैच
hard
देख रहा है
time
एंजॉय करे
figuring
तो
out how
मेरे को
to go
स्नैक्स
around him.
चाहिए मेरा.
And Ching, yeah, I mean, just
तो मैं तो
while
स्नैक्स
exiting, is
खाएगा
able
बैठ
to
के.
get another frag. So this will put Team
स्नेक्स आर
Velocity in a little
इंपॉर्टेंट
bit of a
गाइस.
tuffle.
वीएलटी को
You
नजर
have
लगी
Helef
किसकी
playing with
लगी
a half
भाई?
shield. Doma will probably need a drop from maybe Deathmaker, who then can play on his knives. So the weapons
किसकी
will
नजर
be a
लगी
little bit of a
बताओ.
concern for Team Velocity. But yeah, I mean, Revenant in the timeout has been called. They know that Team Velocity is running a very defense-oriented composition. So they'll need to get as many rounds as possible on defense to give them that buffer they need to finally close the map or split
आ
in
जाओ.
their own attacking half. So they cannot
आपको तो पता
afford
है मैं कहाँ हूँ.
mistakes like these happening,
आ
because
जाओ
in the
कोई चलते
previous
उसके
round,
बाद.
if Blackhawk takes the first contact,
आपसे कभी मना
Velocity would
किया
have been
मिलने से?
easily destroyed there, because then all the players just try to look behind and
अनलेस
just
यू
get
मेंट
exposed, and
कि
then a flash would
सर्वर
be
में
thrown in,
मिलना है
and
तो
the double peek from mid.
बाद
The
में
sequence
बात
could have
करते
been
हैं उसके
beautiful,
बारे
but
में.
they jumped the gun a little bit. They wanted to create more distraction for Blackhawk, which led them to just give away all the frags for free. There was no trade except for Blackhawk getting one, and that was the guy who got resurrected. So, yeah,
लेट्स सी
Revenant,
लेट्स सी.
they are in control. They are in firm control, I'd say.
यूनिटी
And
ने
Velocity,
निकाला है.
let's see what do they
और
do
भी
in this
निकालेंगे.
round.
टेंशन नहीं.
Break the momentum that Team Revenant has.
लेट्स गो.
Velocity have some massive ultimates, but none of them can really help them channel their way inside. This was a massive ultimate from Paradox, but he blew up in his own face, and Excali is able to swing around him from the other side of sewers. So that didn't go as planned.
Not at all. And once again, Blackhawk is being called upon. He needs to pull off something miraculous in this sight-hole paranoia.
Oh, he knows. Anu knows better. Sound कहाँ गई? You want me to stream RP to करेंगे, RP भी कर लेंगे, टेंशन नहीं. चलेगा 10:30 आ जाओ. लेट, अरे कहाँ लेट वेट होता है? अरे आ जाओ बिंदास आओ. Nice, let's go. Nice round by VLT. 10:30 कब मेरी लाइफ में लेट है? बताओ मेरे को. Never. एक सेकंड गाइस. जरा सा. Yes. Back. साइबर में हंस के इसकी वॉल्यूम को क्या हुआ? मैंने तो बंद नहीं की. पीछे अपने आप बंद हुई है. Gary, you lost sound too क्या? Yeah, Gary also lost sound. चलो नो साउंड. लेट्स गो. क्या मैं कास्टिंग करूँ क्या बैठ के आप लोग के लिए? नहीं ऐसा. पैराडॉक्स भाई. डीएम भाई लो एचपी पे. कोशिश तो करेंगे. देखा, कोशिश तो जारी. बैक स्टेप भी आ रहा है, उसका भी ख्याल रखना है. ये सारे हॉक की तरह बैठे निशान लगा के. तीस सेकंड है, 30 सेकंड. हेड द वन हेड डिंग तो हुआ था. चिंग 10 एचपी पे आ गया था. आरपी स्ट्रीम कब से करोगे? बहुत जल्द. आरपी स्ट्रीम भी चालू करेंगे, टेंशन नहीं. तुम लोगों को सच्ची आरपी स्ट्रीम देखनी है? मुझे लगा नहीं देखनी होगी. अच्छा ठीक है, आरपी स्ट्रीम भी करेंगे गाइस. आरपी स्ट्रीम भी करेंगे, बहुत जल्द करेंगे. पहले इसका साउंड नहीं, साउंड चाहिए मुझे. भाई एस भाई. हाँ तो शट डाउन हुआ यार कंप्लीटली. ठीक है, आप 9 to 10 आरपी स्ट्रीम करना, देन हमारे गिल्ड हाउस पे आ जाना. सीक्रेट लोकेशन ऑफ द गिल्ड हाउस. ठीक है डन. आज पार्टी आप दोगे? अबे भाई दो भाई आराम से. झुंड बना के बैठ रहे ना रेवरेंट वाले. सही बोलते हैं, पैक ऑफ वुल्व्स. साथ में अपने नाम को एकदम वो रख रहे हैं. जो स्ट्रीम पे आ रहे हैं लाइक दबा देना, सब्सक्राइब दबा देना. डाइव भाई टाइम आउट ले रहे हैं यार. साउंड दे दो यार, कोई साउंड का क्या सीन है? पेड़ बाय जय और माहिरा वंशज. आरपी इज द ट्रेंड राइट नाउ. यार ट्रेंड हो नहीं हो मुझे तो देखो आरपी में क्या होता है ना, मैं जब दिल्ली गया था ना, मैं मिला था लेग्स भाई से, फ्लैश भाई से, लाइट भाई से, आए थे वो दिल्ली में, जी वॉच पार्टी पे आए थे वो लोग। मैं उनको एक सिंपल चीज बोली, बहुत लोगों के लिए आरपी उनका स्ट्रीमिंग करियर है, बहुत लोगों के लिए आरपी उनका फुल टाइम जॉब है। मेरे लिए ना, मैं जब आरपी करता हूँ, मेरे लिए वो मेरे
Squad
डेली काम से
just
ब्रेक है।
pointing their barrels at you, ready to
तो
ready to turn you into Swiss
इसलिए मैं
cheese the
मजे
moment you
करता हूँ,
peak.
ज्यादा ज्यादा आपको मतलब लॉन्गर घंटे नहीं दे सकता।
Ugh,
मैं मस्ती करता हूँ, निकल जाता
what answers do Team VLT find because of the timeout? Because whatever the coach told them
हूँ।
would
अरे
be
कोई
right
भी
for the
मेहर
next
बने,
round, I
आरपी
feel.
अच्छी होनी चाहिए भाई,
They do not have the weapons in this round instead.
कोई भी
3
मेहर बने, आरपी
Cheves,
अच्छी
a
होनी चाहिए,
frenzy and a
सिंपल चीज
spectre
है।
to work with. Let's see if they find a weapon to snowball them
अरे डीएम
down.
भाई,
Of course they
लेट्स
do.
गो।
Deathmaker is able to get one. Now, right to SFE, here's a lot. He could just invest the Rolling Thunder and try
चाहता
to
तो
find
था।
the equalizer and then fall back. But there is support. There is support from Josh, who has a bird too. And the Trailblazers could be exchanged for information.
अगर अभी
Excel is
टाइम
just
आउट का
waiting for the
50
smoke
निकालो,
to
बहुत इंसेन सा
be
हो
finished
जाएगा।
off. That is exactly what happens. But the Rolling Thunder gets invested. And the exact play happens. And Velocity, the numbers advantage they had down and completely dusted. Doma did call that there is no one picking out A heaven or A main, so you could find the site completely empty, and that is exactly what happens. They enter into the A side,
ए
but
साइड
with
पे
the
प्लांट तो
weapons
निकल
they
जाएगा।
have, this retake should be fairly simple for the side of Revenant.
Yeah, Revenant will have to make sure that they don't walk into these velocity crossfires. I think they've already figured out where two of the players are. They just need to find the other guys, and looks like they found everybody. Amatras now trapped in a wall of his own making. He does have a better weapon, but he doesn't have a line of sight onto
राइट
the spike, and now he
राइट
doesn't
राइट।
even have eyes to see it with because Ace planted a bullet between them.
गए भाई,
Ah, again,
7-2।
I mean, DM's not firing, the whole team's completely shut down. They
And he's the
cannot
one
get those.
guy. He's the one guy who can get velocity and entry, right? They don't have a rolling thunder. They don't have a showstopper. They don't have any of these big ultimates with which they can barrage into a site. It has to be the M.
भाई
Happening. That's the problem. That's the issue that I'm seeing against Team Velocity.
रोलिंग थंडर के
They
सिवाय
might
भी
even
बहुत
get the
कुछ है
entry.
जो
They've
यूज
lost to
कर सकते हैं,
4v5, I think, in the previous few rounds
बट
too.
वही है,
So the problem
रीड
is
कर
that
पा
they're
रहे
not trading efficiently.
हैं, और कुछ नहीं
And
बोल
once
पा
again, look at how isolated DM is. Yes, he has been set up. He might even have aim in A heaven control, but all that does not matter because at the end of the day, you'll have to execute inside. Finally, Excali is able to find that opening. Josh gets taken down through the smoke, the spray went, and the frag is theirs. But let's see how does the side execute come in. Amaterasu dead. The paradox just pops up the showstopper. DM also has been taken care of, and look at how isolated the players at A-Main are. The showstopper will find Excali. Right to Ace gets another. Paradox with a 3k in the round. And then again, the story remains the same. Revenant, they are capitalizing on it. They've got 8 rounds for themselves.
Okay, now this
दे कैन आल्सो
indeed
आस्क दैट
is
ऑफ कोर्स,
starting to look scary. I have to
लेट मी
admit
गो टू
that
पैराडॉक्स लाइक भाई
when
उसने
Velocity
डिसाइड,
were playing
ऑफ कोर्स
split against Militant Esports, they looked
अच्छे से
quite
बात करेंगे तो
stable.
बहुत
You
कुछ
know,
सॉल्व हो
they were
सकता है,
able to get
बातचीत करके
7
तो
rounds on
वर्ल्ड वॉर
defense, and they
सॉल्व हुई
were able
तो
to
भाई
win 13-10.
वैलोरेंट,
Now, I
एकदम से बोला
agree
ब्लॉट
that
भाई।
attacking is the harder side over here, but come on,
बट
they still need to have like at
यार
least
थोड़ी
4
स्पेस
rounds
बनानी
in the
पड़ेगी,
first
देखो
half. Otherwise,
पीएलटी वालों
it
को
would be quite difficult for
एंट्री के
them.
लिए स्पेस बनानी
I
पड़ेगी, नहीं
admit
तो
that
ऐसे चोक
Velocity
होते रहेंगे,
has a
चोक हो
more
रहे हो
defense-oriented lineup, so it would be somewhat
साइड पे
easy. But
चोक
then
हो रहे हैं
Revenant
या
also
हेवन
have a
कंट्रोल
much
लेके चोक
more
हो रहे हैं।
sharper attacking prowess. Blackhawk using the smokes to keep himself alive at the time, being cut off the assailants. But Paradox and his utility
Caught
is
in a
just
corner,
amazing all the time. He peeks out of the smoke,
caught in a corner,
disrespecting everybody. And he mows them down. It's not even fair that he gets so many multi-kills in just one game, in just one half.
And no money this time around again. I mean, they will try to scrape up a
गेमिंग
buy.
कैसे हो?
Oh, never mind. Velocity do have enough money to get in harsh shields and vandals and phantoms all around the board. But the previous 2 rounds, I mean, it seemed like it was a ranked game where as soon as your jet is not able to dash into the side, all the players are just afraid and hiding in corners.
हैंगे
That is
मत बोलो
exactly
भाई।
what happened in the previous round, and they were just getting picked apart one by one.
गाइस
Great calls from Team Revenant.
ब्लॉट
You
भाई खेल
just
खेल के
disrespect
मस्त
the smoke. The flag
एनालिसिस
gets
भी कर
thrown,
रहा है,
and
लाइक इट ब्लॉट
you
भाई।
guys push out of that A heaven smoke.
बेबी भाई क्या
But
एडवाइस ही
hey,
बताओ,
overall, it is Team
if
Revenant
Harshit and
who
Vanshul do a
really
1v1,
have a
who will win? I
dominating lead.
With Playground will be back.
more like 10-2, and I think Velocity is not able to pull
फिर
something
तुम सब वापस मेरे को
completely different. And this time around, they are again going for a B split. Or probably a B execute where you'll have Doma late looking towards B heaven. Maybe
DM
even
by
with the support of Excali. So yeah, let's see Deathmaker if he's able to get that entry this time around. Ching is ready.
Boost
He does
करके
not have a nuclear fire out B main. He is saving it for, I think, a retake situation. Or maybe if the player just dashes in for exact this thing. DM gets caught.
nice
But
Anuj
Amaterasu
bhai.
on the back
Oh,
of it.
perfect entry.
Finally, they're able
Nice.
to get those frags. Finally, they are able to nail the timing, get into the side, and make it a 2v5 retake scenario.
Exactly, that is perfect. But Josh is still looking sharp,
Flawless?
and they
Flawless
all
guy.
die as soon as they peek out of the smokes. Velocity with a flawless round to end the first half. This should definitely help spice things up.
Maybe by
The
one.
timing was perfect. As soon as the jet
Going to
dashed
answer that.
inside, the rest of them followed up right behind. They used the smokes for cover. And at the same time, the players on mid
Going to reduce
are
this
able
volume.
to peek and get all their frags as well. It's incredible. This amount of coordination versus
Gripsu.
right from the get-go.
Yes.
But since
Okay.
they're a more defensive-oriented team, maybe they can mount a comeback.
First,
on the
you
second
need to
half. It is the score,
decide.
scoreline after all. You know, it is 9-3, so maybe it's not completely off the menu yet. But will they be
आपको
able to mount this comeback? We'll have to push. We'll have to
कितना
look
hunger
into
है?
the second half.
What do you want your आपकी कितनी हंगर है पढ़ने की, आपको कितना आगे निकलना है, what kind of journey do you want? If you want to be at the best stage in the world, grind, make a team.
Bro,
If it's Valorant, make a team, start grinding Premier, start playing all the community tournaments which are happening, start performing in those. You have 3 months till off season begins, where a lot more teams will be able to participate and play those tournaments. If till off season you can be good enough to do damage, then I'm sure organizations will look at you over there, side by side, whatever you're doing, playing these matches, record it. If you don't have a great PC, go to a cafe, right? Record it, document it, throw it on a YouTube channel, and just have your journey documented. So, अगर आपकी प्लेयर जर्नी भी डॉक्यूमेंटेड है, आप अच्छा भी कर रहे हो, थोड़ा अगर आपके एक्चुअली गेम ज़्यादा अच्छे तो यूट्यूब पे भी लोग देख लेंगे, सो डिस्कवरेबिलिटी जो होती है आपकी वो बढ़ जाएगी, राइट? एंड देन यू डोंट हैव टू कॉल और मैसेज और ट्वीट स्पोर्ट्स ऑर्गेनाइज सेइंग यार प्लीज मुझे ले लो. आप बोलोगे दिस इज हाउ आई प्ले, दीज आर माय लिस्ट ऑफ अचीवमेंट्स, इज देयर अ स्पेस? और another way which people don't try at all, and I honestly say one should try this, is get good coach. Either go on a Fiverr or contact any of the existing coaches on Twitter. Say I want to learn for you, right? Offer them a guru dakshina. Tell them I'll give you $100. This is what I've saved up. I'm a student. I'll give you $100. If you can afford more, so I'll give you $1,000. Give me one-on-one personal coaching, right? वो करो. And if you're actually good, right, those coaches only recommend you to good teams. कि ब्रो दिस इज एक्सप्लोसिव प्लेयर, इधर तो अपनी टीम में ले लेंगे या तो अपने किसी और को रेकमेंड कर देंगे. तो मेहनत करोगे तो आगे बढ़ने के चांसेस होते हैं. लोग छोड़ देते हैं बोल के कि मेरे को दिखेगा कौन, मैं तो एक छोटे से कैफे में खेल रहा हूँ, ये कर रहा हूँ, मैं कैसे स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर बन सकता हूँ. वो मेंटालिटी फिर कहीं लेके जाएगी. गोल रखो, गोल पे फोकस रखो और आगे निकलो, बस एज सिंपल. 9-3 कर्स है. ए लॉर्ड बाय जेट ओपी, जेट सुप्रीमेसी.
Very important pistol round for Team Velocity now. They need to win this by hook or by crook. The early
मेरी जेट
start,
को कुछ मत बोलो आप, ठीक है?
that's Kali over there. But Revenant are very keen to take A. Heaven control. Razer might be able to. Yup, he spots Kali down, and there are two different players over here, and they just wanted Ben's control for some reason so that they could pressure out Mid, and Amaterasu will fall back. The smoke gets disrespected. A great paranoia from Helef. It will connect and delay the push a little bit more. And now this is a great setup on side to receive all the players with hands open. And Velocity execute each and every one of them. Josh
Anuj bhai,
left
read this.
alone, gets a couple of frags, but that's
Anuj bhai,
about
read
it. And
this well.
Velocity, a much needed pistol round in their back pocket.
And Deathmick is finally waking up. He was mostly absent in the first half. Just 3 frags in the entire first half, and now in the pistol round itself, he's picked up a 3-piece. I agree that Blackhawk was a bit of a freebie. He was trying to help his teammates come in from heaven and hopefully flash across the entire backside of Pillar, which would hit CT. But he gets caught by Deathmaker playing from that angle, and he was alone over there. It's not even like Deathmaker had any backup, so one wouldn't have expected that. One way is placed by Doma, but I hope that he can actually use them, because Revenant, when they try to go towards the A side, they usually hit ramp first, but with Deathmaker guarding that area, the gates are closed.
Should be a VLT round through and through, and they need to make it clean.
Okay, let's see. Sorry, एक काम का important message आया था.
Great spam from Excali, getting
Watch
another
parties
frag
चालू है ना
from
guys, काम
Josh.
रहता है. अभी बैंगलोर की planning full
Leaving
force में
two
चालू हो चुकी है.
players.
Monday
They are still
afternoon,
together, but
Plan
they
B,
really have no
Kormangala.
information on what's
Be
happening
there,
on the other
guys.
side of the map. So they're all just pinched down. Amen.
भाई
Doma
TLRP
tries to
सर्वर
ace the
खेलो GTA रोल पे
Trailblazer.
का. मेरे को पता नहीं
Feels like
TLRP
one has
सर्वर क्या है. मैं एक
reacted.
ही सर्वर जानता हूँ इस रोल पे, मैं सोल सिटी.
Wanted two, or maybe all three, because I do see space being taken aggressively. B made.
DM भाई, let's go.
Just getting as
अरे DM भाई, अरे DM भाई, अरे DM.
Blade Storm, a few shots. Worm is there by DM. But hey, Amaterasu is there. He has your back, gets the trade, and brings velocity to 5.
All is well that ends well, but now Revenant will be ending their eco streak. The big guns are out. Only light shields on certain players, which can give the Spectres of Velocity a chance to melt through their skulls and their craniums. Although I must say that we haven't seen too much mid-aggression.
DM भाई ने बोलती बंद कर दी भाई मेरी.
Nor have we seen it from Revenant. That's partially because it's only been 2 rounds, but maybe things will change now. Revenant instantly switch up their default.
9-3 curse,
They're
let's
not
go.
stacking up outside of A main now. It's a 2-1-2 split for Revenant Esports, and they showcase presence towards either side of the map. So they want to keep Velocity guessing. Trailblazer up towards ramp. If he can break the tripwire, it would have been perfect, but he just misses it by a centimeter.
क्या हो गया जेडी भाई, हार्ट अटैक
And,
लाओगे? अरे मैं
now
क्या
they give
क्या
Velocity an extra layer of security.
DM भाई क्या
I
किए
mean,
पिछले
those
राउंड?
early cages that were thrown in from
मुझे
Chain
देगा
to
वो. मेरा
the
नाजुक है
players
ज्यादा.
of A side, a little
दिल.
paranoid that someone could have crossed up A heaven. Just all gets cleared by one Trailblazer. So that's
और
great
श्रीमान मेगा से हो रहा है.
play
अच्छा हो,
illustrated
ओके,
by Excali.
इंटरेस्टिंग.
And now they again see Ching, but you always know if you spot a cipher, just try to lurk his way up a position, you exactly know that is where the hit is not coming.
Yeah.
And that's a correct assumption to be made here by Team Velocity as well, although they haven't forced rotations as of now.
जेडी भाई
Let's see
चिली
how do
तो
they
यार
play
मैं
this
चिली
B.
रहता हूँ
They
यार.
only have 2
मेरे से
players.
चिल बंदा
There
देखा है
is a
यार
little bit
तुमने.
of support from Amaterasu.
कभी कभी मैच देखते थे तो हो जाता है यार, इमोशन है, वैलोरेंट है, इमोशनल
But here comes
हूँ
the
गेम की
passive.
तरफ.
Here comes a stun, and it's just perfect. The flash
ये ऐसे मारते हैं DM भाई, राइट? ऐसे ही करो.
showing why he is a great
वो क्या कर रहे थे
player.
पहले?
Gets a couple of frags, but is not able to entirely stop that entry. The trades are there, and now it's a 3v3 for Team Revenant.
Exactly. There was only one gap in that entire push, and that was the gap between the pillar and the main area. That was covered by Deathmaker. The rest of them easily breached the distance. Paradox satchling in, getting both of those, setting his team up for entry, now putting them in post-plant. And it will be up to Paradox once again to make a difference.
वो
The
लाइनअप
dash
हो
is
सकता था
perfect.
वो.
Ching and Paradox strike
वो
them
लाइनअप हो
hard.
सकता था उधर.
Everybody contributes with one on the board, and Revenant breach double digits.
Although I'd say it's
कोई
still a
नहीं.
good round for Team
मॉड
Velocity.
साइफर भाई है ना,
Even
मॉड
with
ग्रुप भाई.
weaker weapons, you're able to drop 3 rifles. That's great econ damage, and now you'll have all the weapons you need. In
See
this,
again, baby, you
in
don't
this
need
tournament.
accessories at
You're
home. You
able
can
to
just go
fight
to a
without
cafe
getting caught
dedicated
in back. If you're able to get
12 hours a week
the round in your control, you'll
or
mostly
14
win
hours a
the
week.
eco. So
Right,
it is
was
great
playing
for
against
them
his
to be in
former team
free.
for the first
Not
time since
entirely free because
VLT
they are still trailing
in
2-1.
December 2022. मतलब
Even
6
then,
महीने बाद
if
अपनी
they're
टीम
able
के
to get
सामने
this
खेल रहा है.
round,
क्या
it
हो
would be
गया?
a very good position that they will find themselves.
Okay.
Alright, now that's a fast one.
पैराडॉक्स बहुत
Excali
तेजी
puts
से
it
जा
in
रहे हैं. Excali
control.
भाई
Flash on one end, a nade
बहुत
on the
डैमेज
other,
खाया.
and if that's not enough to
बहुत
kill
डैमेज
him,
खाया.
a bullet to the brain definitely will. Doma still playing inside his cyber cages though. He could
तो
be
भाई
a massive threat in
क्रिस्प एम तो है.
the aftershock, and the Trailblazer both don't clear him out, and he's able to get one more. Overstays his welcome and still makes it work, but on the other side is Blackhawk. Oh, this could be a nice fake out. the plant does go down, and he's in prime position
चलो
to stop that
DM
trigger,
पे
but
blades, let's go.
instead
Cancel.
he will cancel it. And this will just
करेंगे,
make it a little
RP
bit
stream भी
more
करेंगे
challenging.
guys.
It will force him to
RP
spend more
stream
time
नहीं
reclaiming
बंद
all these
रहेगी.
angles.
How do you use the smoke
इनकी वॉइस भी
that
बढ़ा
LF
देता हूँ
has
मैं
right
तब
now?
तक.
The pop flash will be thrown into the paranoia. Is great at
Okay.
DM.
Player
A
standing.
good entry too, but I think his knife stuck
मैं
out.
भाई
And
when
that's what
if I
helped
continue
Blackhawk
streaming
get that
regularly,
flag, and
अरे
right
कितने
to
लोग
he
हैं?
even wins his duels.
UFO
So a lot of
Yeah.
duels happening all around.
Take my energy,
But it
UFO.
is Team Revenant who are
No,
coming
Rohit
out
भाई
on
wait है.
top. 11th
Take
round
my
for
energy,
them.
Rohit भाई also. थोड़ी UFO भाई को थोड़ी ज़्यादा थी.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised the Doma is able to get a second one over there because there's so
अरे
many people
UFO भाई
thrown at him,
playground
and
से है
somehow he
साथ
survives
में.
all of that.
Connection
Even
है.
Blackhawk able to get more than one kill. That was a
True.
dry peak. It would have been an unfair fight, but he still is able to get it. I must say though, the moment that Mega dashed in, if he was just 1 second earlier, it would have been perfect.
अरे
He wouldn't
monster
even
मेरे
get flashed,
active
and he
है.
could have gotten them both. But the bird gets him before he's blind, and
सामान
Paradox is
को
now
टुकड़ी दी थी मैंने.
behind Excali altogether, breaking his ankles,
कौन सी
forcing him
city
to look
shop?
in a completely different direction.
This is
आप
worst
real
of
life और
life
RP में
for
same
this
दिखते हो भाई.
sensation. You just
Okay.
cannot flick that high. Your mouse pad just
Yeah.
ends.
Big brain
And I think
notice.
that
Abhinav,
is,
big
that
brain
is what
notice.
happened
Thank
with
you.
Escali. His mouse pad just
काफी
ended,
big brain notice
ended
किया
and,
आपने.
Paradox was still in the air, so he just sort of accepted his fate. Hoped that someone would walk in from OMEN and give him a frag, so at least he'll be useful in that
hit
situation.
the
But
like
nah,
button, the subscribe button.
not
तीन
happen.
तीन
And
जनों
now
को
Shane.
दोगा भाई.
Wait a minute,
Nice
he
one.
will now give away a rifle, and the players will be healed out too. So Revenant, and still there is a lot of time left on the clock. Right to Ace though, he's able to give a lot of damage onto the elbow. Player LF still gets one. The showstopper gets nothing. But Paradox, he is just like a final boss for Team Revenant. Just getting through him is something Velocity cannot do.
Especially when the final boss has small mini bosses next to it. That stun
That too.
from right to ace. It
Uh-huh.
was amazing. Clears up the
मैंने 10
entire
कितने marks
corridor
है?
and
78%.
everybody's then concussed. Jesus, dude. Revenant Esports are speed running this map.
ICS.
Split was supposed to be the pick of Velocity, but it's backfiring on them so hard. And up next is going to be Bind. Revenant have already proved that they are very good on that map. And Velocity have never played Bind before,
कैरी
so
सर खेलोगे?
all
कैरी
things
सर
point
खेलने
in
मजा
just
थोड़ी ना.
one
कैरी सर
direction.
बातचीत करने
There's a
मजा आता है.
massive
दादा
upset
भाई.
incoming. Oh, my
Bye.
Scally narrowly survives. Lucky to
Scally
escape
bye.
with an inch of his life. Amaterasu really wants to make sure that they can't go in towards Vens and change their tracks
Oh my
later on, but
God,
Revenant
man,
don't have any plans of changing anything. The Rolling Thunder concusses everybody in the site, makes them very easy targets.
Come on, और
And this guy just does
Map
not
one
stop
लेके
as
जा रही है
soon as
RNT.
he gets the game. I mean, he's looking for the third. He even
100%.
gets it. He even gets it, and LF finally comes in with a flank. Is able to take down one, but Revenant. That's a dominant victory if I've seen one. 13-5 on your opponent's map pick.
13-5.
We are yet to see Bind. That's the biggest thing. We're yet to see Bind. And on split, which
लगता है
was
भाई लोग
picked by
कभी-कभी.
Velocity,
लगता है.
it seemed like Velocity were playing it for the very first time.
I mean, they've had troublesome games against Militant before. Revenant were obviously going to take the difficulty level up a notch. And especially
true.
when Paradox is firing on all cylinders.
Gripsu
And not just
cutie.
him. In fact, the entirety of Revenant Esports is just
Gripsu
hitting their
cutie.
shots, trading with each other
Oh.
so well, swinging at the same time. Everything about them is flawless. I haven't seen too many mistakes from Revenant at all. So
Not
this
at
was a very solid game.
Oh, Revenant. I mean, you'll have
Oof. क्या करने का इस नया नया जेडी भाई यूफो इज द बेस्ट प्लेयर इन. अरे यार एक यूफो भाई प्लेयर नहीं. ही इज अ मैनेजमेंट लेवल गाय. अपने जमाने में काफी अच्छे प्लेयर थे. छूटी हुई थी उनकी गेम प्ले, इसलिए ऐसा हाल था. बट टेंशन मत लो. अब आरपी, अरे एक और मैप है भाई लोग. अब आरपी सीधा आरपी में भेजोगे तुम लोग हैं सीधा. किससे कंपेयर कर रहे हो, डेविल मॉड भाई और शेडी भाई? अरे यार क्या क्या लिख रहे हो भाई तुम. आरपी हाँ जीते ना, डीएफएम के अगेंस्ट जीत गया. जी फाइटिंग बहुत स्ट्रांग वाला हुआ है. मजे आ गए. सो मच फन दैट पर्टिकुलर गेम. थोड़े गाने लगा देता हूं मैं तब तक वाइब. Your biggest regret in life? I don't have regrets. Regret उसको होता है जो मोमेंट में लिव करना चाहते हैं। मैं मोमेंट में लिव कर जो मेरे को उस टाइम करना है मैं वो करूँ कि वो मेरे को खुशी देता है, और अगर उस टाइम पे उससे मेरे को खुशी है तो बाद में उस चीज़ का रिग्रेट नहीं होना चाहिए। तो एज सिंपल एज दैट। देखो भाई, तुम्हें जब जो करना है तुम्हारा मन कहेगा सही है करो, और फिर आगे जाकर उसको रिग्रेट ना करोगे, तुम्हें तब वो सही लगा। चाहे सही हो गलत हो, सीखो, आगे बढ़ो। Make your life like time. Never stop or lose back. Just keep going. अभी ना कितने हैं 10 पे बताओ, फटाफट बताओ। अरे यार सैटरडे नाइट है। Can I record my gameplay na cafe? Of course you can. Patch of secret इसका लिंक नहीं मिलेगा, खाली कॉपीराइट मिलता है। 96.5 पर भाई यार, फिश भाई 96 अभी भाई तुम्हारे भी। मेरी मम्मी अगर स्ट्रीम देख रहे तो बोलेगी बेटा तूने लाइफ में क्या किया। दिल नाल लारे नी तू लाउण वालिए, दिल तेरा जद टुटूगा ता पता लगूगा। क्या चल रहा है? मैच वापस चालू हुआ। लाइफ में क्या किया? नहीं, वो सब सोचता ही नहीं भाई, वो सब सोचने का मतलब ही नहीं। आपको प्लेग्राउंड सीन का सेट पता है? ठीक था भाई, भाई सेट से क्या लेना है, लोगों से लेना है। सेट तो बदलते रहते हैं यार, सेट तो एक से बढ़ के एक बेटर डिजाइन का बेटर सेट बनाएगा, ज्यादा टीम आएगी, बड़ा सेट होएगा, ज्यादा बड़ा प्लेग्राउंड से बड़ा सेट से फर्क है, मतलब लोग से फर्क पड़ता है। आप एक महीना किसी से बता रहे हो, मजे कर रहे हो। It's all about the people, guys. जगह relative, लोग important. You can be the best place in the world. आपकी कंपनी अच्छी नहीं है, आप बेटे पे रहो। You can be the worst place, but if you're like great company, you'll be happy. सही बात है। ब्रेक ज्यादा पड़ेगी मैच आप एक बात तो आप लोगों से आज का मैच किसी का टीएफएम वाला ये बताओ, टीएफएम वाला मैच किन लोगों ने देखा है? मेरे डब बत्ती बोर थले काली कार है, डब बत्ती बोर थले मोबाइल का ब्लॉग तो है, एक किसी से देखा मोबाइल का ब्लॉग। ठीक है, वो तो देखना तो एक सेकंड भाई लोग ने वोट जिन लोग ने किया था उनका क्या सीन है? वोटिंग के हिसाब से पोल कहाँ है बे? अब पोल पिछली लाइव स्ट्रीम में लगाया था क्या? अरे बाप रे, ऊप्स हो गया रे, ऊप्स हो गया रे बाबा, ऊप्स। पोल पिछली लाइव स्ट्रीम में तो बंद हो गई थी। Oopsies had happened over there. पहले जो आगे लाइक दबा दो यार, अच्छे से 50 लाइक तो कर दो यार मेरे, प्लीज। Why you guys not do that? Do it right now. अभी इसी वक्त। Thank you, good boys. मैं एक बार बता के भूल गया, मेरे नीट में 660-670 मार्क्स आ रहे, 720 में शायद डॉक्टर बन जाऊंगा 5 से। क्या बात है गेमर जीएन भाई। वैसे डॉक्टर्स को जी में ज्वाइन करने का प्रेफरेंस मिलता है। भरे पड़े हैं। भरे पड़े, सच बता रहा हूँ, झूठ नहीं बोल रहा। ऐसा लगता है भूत है। बट मैच का क्या सीन, मैच का क्या सीन, मैच का क्या सीन, मैच का क्या सीन, मैच का क्या सीन। अभी भी बी राइट बैक पे है स्क्रीन। इट इज बी राइट बैक। देखते कितनी देर में। चैट क्या लिख रही है, देखते। लेट बिफोर को लेट एडली को फॉर सम एवरेज प्लेयर लाइक एलियन अल्सबाई एंड। अरे यार रिक भाई, चैट में बोल रहे हैं, क्यों बोल रहे हो चैट? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? इट्स ओके। प्लेयर कॉम, they're not a new org, right? They know what they're doing. Don't worry about it. Results come here. Everyone has a good or a bad day. Trust me, being in management for the past 8 years, the best team can lose from the worst team if the worst team player is having a good day, and vice versa. In this case, both are top level teams. एक बार पीजी वाला लोग दे दो, हो गया, मजा आया। अरे डेविल भाई यार देखो, एक तो मेरे को फर्क कम पड़ता है, वेरी ऑनेस्टली आपको बताऊं। मैं आता हूँ आपसे बातचीत करके निकल जाता हूँ, मेरे को बाकी सब मेट्रिक्स साइड गए। बट एट द सेम टाइम कोशिश करूंगा रेगुलर होने के लिए। बहुत लोग, स्पेशली मोहित भाई, बहुत डांटते हैं। बहुत डांट खाता हूँ मैं, डेली बेसिस पे डांट खाता हूँ। बट क्या करूँ यार, लेजी हूँ, थोड़ा सा लेजी हो जाता हूँ। ओह, आयुष वाडी कैसे हो? वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम, वेलकम बैक बोलूंगा। बहुत टाइम बाद दिख रहे हो, मजा आ रहा है सबको देख के बहुत टाइम बाद। कोई क्लिप्स क्लिप्स आई है क्या अच्छी? देखते हैं, चलो एक सेकंड का। कोई अच्छी क्लिप क्लिप। पिंक्स भाई भी देख रहे बैठ के मैच।
बेल्ट जीतेगा दोनों का वो है।
पिंक्स भाई भी देख रहे मैच। पिंक्स भाई डबल वॉच पार्टी कर रहे हैं आज, इंटरेस्टिंग। इंटरेस्टिंग क्लिप्स के भाई। डिस्कॉर्ड पे आती है क्या क्लिप्स? एक से देखता हूँ, मेरे सोल सिटी डिस्कॉर्ड पे कुछ अच्छी क्लिप्स तो आई थी। मैप वन खत्म हुआ, अभी मैप वन गाइस, मैप वन ही हुआ है। आरएनटी 13-5 या 13-6। थोड़ा सा स्टॉम्पिंग हुआ, यस, थोड़ा सा स्टॉम्पिंग। ये क्या है? स्काउट एलियन प्राइम, देखना आप लोग को, देखते चलो।
श्रोता कर आप सबके लिए फिर से एक बार लेके आई हूँ सोल सिटी की ताज़ा खबरें। तो चलिए बढ़ते आज के पहले खबर की ओर। सोल सिटी में अभी एलियन दिखाने के नाम पे काफी लोग पैसे ठग रहे हैं। पैसे ठगने वाले एक ग्रुप का नाम अभी सामने आया है जिसके लीडर है डॉम। सोल सिटी के लोग इस मामले से अनजान, यहाँ तक के पीडी भी। ये क्लिप हमें हमारे एक सूत्र स्काउट के चैनल से प्राप्त हुई है, आइए क्लिप देखते हैं।
हम लोग लोगों को है ना, ऐसा कोई ऐसा दूर देश में गुल्लू गुल्लू इधर के बैठ अंदर।
अच्छा
ऐसा बैठ ऐसा। हाँ ऐसा थोड़ा बाहर आना, थोड़ा बाहर आना।
तो ही बोल रहा है छुपने।
उल्टा घूम, उल्टा घूम, उल्टा घूम, उल्टा घूम।
थोड़ा लेफ्ट की तरफ slide कर
ऐसा 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 अंदर में फोटो खींचेंगे इसका कि एलियन ऐसा करे। थोड़ा थोड़ा अंदर जा बेट। हाँ ऐसा ऐसा देख पीछे से क्या बोलते हैं?
ले लो ना अभी ले लो फोटो।
अरे धूप है भाई, रुक रात को खींचेंगे तेरी फोटो।
छोड़ो इसको यार, ये देखा हुआ है मैंने। ये अपना गेम का वेट करेंगे चुपचाप, जो गेम आने वाला है वापस किसी भी टाइम आएगा, छोड़ो इसको। क्लिप तो इंटरेस्टिंग थी, मेरे को डीएम की हुई है किसी ने एक क्लिप, देखूंगा। मेरे को ये देखी हुई है मैंने पहले भी, बट ये बहुत पुरानी बात है यार। ये तो आई थिंक दूसरे हफ्ते में हुई थी यार। मजा तो आया था। एक सेकंड, मैं एक सेकंड में वापस ये आप सोप जब अपने सर पे लगाती हो तो कितनी देर तक, क्या भाई क्या क्वेश्चन गाइस, व्हाट वाज दैट क्वेश्चन? हेलो ऐसा ऐसा भाई रुक जा। यस ब्लैक गेम चालू नहीं हुआ, बीआरपी स्क्रीन पे है अभी भी हम लोग। Let's go back to this and let's go back to our music. म्यूजिक को वाइब करते हैं वासु भाई का। मैं जिसको नहीं मालूम, ये वासु भाई का गाना है।
My baby, my Valentine, yeah. Girl, are you they make my temperature they rise? If you let me, I go die. I swear, you are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest, your loving the totally me. I am so obsessed. I want to chop your neck up. Ule, your body the bag of me see. Ule, open up, make I see. Oh yeah, give me love, no antiti. Baby, make a Batman sing. Oh, 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 oh,
इसका आंसर नहीं दूंगा मैं।
जब वफा निकला मैं ढूंढने को जमाने में, जब वफा निकला पता चला कि गलत लेके मैं पता निकला, पता चला कि गलत लेके मैं पता निकला।
आ गया गेम आ गया।
So I would be really appreciative of this guy if he's able to bring that agent online today. I mean, they hesitated to play the Razer.
Game's back.
I think was a tiny contributing factor to their loss. But on buying, come on, Razer is a staple pick. You cannot ignore her.
Let's see the hell of this time round. Goes in with the Viper. So yeah, I mean, of course, when we see a Viper, it's a double controller setup. Amaterasu rocking the Brimstone. Para, he goes in with the Raze, and DM is also playing the Raze. Doma is on the Sky and Cali on Sage. A very similar sort of a setup being run by Revenant. They have Josh on Jet though, so there is no Sage in their composition.
डबल ड्यूलिस्ट जा रहे हैं लोग,
This huge change.
आरएनटी वाले और एक्सप्लोसिव होने वाले।
composition. Let's see if it takes Revenant to back and if Team Revenant is able to owe them, or is it Velocity who make a comeback over here and push us to a third map, push us to the third
क्या
game
लगता है
of the
गाइस,
series.
थर्ड मैप तक जाएगा कि
Oh
नहीं?
my god, this is going to be very interesting to see. I cannot
Is
wait
it going
to
to a third
jump
map or
into
no?
round
Gary,
number
what are your
of this game
predictions?
number 2.
Third
It is
map
going
or
to be
no?
Velocity starting out on defense first and bind.
हाँ अबे आरएनटी वीएलटी गैरी गैरी बोल रहा है V1 गैरी गैरी कह रहा है बाकी सब गए हम जीते वो नेक्स्ट मैच स्टडी कर रहा है देख रहा है अरे फिर साउंड हेलो पता नहीं अपनी टीम के मैचेस देखने के बाद ना पिछले राउंड से होप्स बहुत हाई हो चुकी है कुछ ऊटपटांग हो सकता है बट कोई नहीं ये है आरएनटी भाई लोग का मैप पिक ओके एंड पे प्लांट पोजीशन ब्लैक हॉक भाई ने चेंज करी हमें पता है कि हुक्का से ज्यादा सा पुश आ रहा है बट ओके डोमा बट ये एक चोक पॉइंट है उधर से चोक हो गए तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी बट यहाँ पे अरे शॉट्स शॉट्स ऊपर नीचे हो गए गाइस वेलोसिटी स्टार्ट ऑफ से लीड लेट्स गो फील द वेलोसिटी गाइस फील द वेलोसिटी ऐसा गोकू मांगते हैं ना चीज़ा हाथ ऊपर करके अपन वेलोसिटी भाई लोग को अपना हाथ ऊपर करके एनर्जी भेजेगा आज नहीं ओजी वालों को एनर्जी की जरूरत नहीं ना वो इतना मस्त खेल रहे हैं वेलोसिटी भाई लोग को एनर्जी भेज रहे हैं अपन वेलोसिटी भाई लोग को भेजेंगे चिंग भाई ने शेरिफ टपाटप दे सकते हैं क्या वोल या एक बार ना मैं यही एंगल पे वॉल तोड़ा था वॉल के राइट साइड में चिपक के एक बंदा बैठा था टपली दी थी सीधा मेरे को मुंह पे उसने उसके बाद से मैं कभी ये वाली वॉल तोड़ने नहीं हो चाकू से रोटेशन मार रहे ऑल द वे टू बी इंटरेस्टिंग यहाँ पे डोमा भाई वेट कर रहे हैं ठीक है डोमा भाई नोज नाउ एंट्री डिनाई की है देखते स्मोक यूज करके ओह टीएम शॉट्स क्रिप्स क्रिप्स क्रिस्प शॉट्स क्रिप शॉट्स 2-0 फ्लॉलेस भाई क्या हो गया कैस्टर को कास्टर भाई कहाँ चले गए हेलो ओके वी व्हाई द पुश मुझे तो समझ नहीं है देखो। स्पाइक प्लांट हुआ है क्या? नहीं ना, स्पाइक प्लांट क्यों नहीं हुआ? स्पाइक फूटा वहां पे, साउंड नहीं आ रहा मेरे को, साउंड नहीं आ रहा, ऊप्स हो गया। मेरे डिस्कॉर्ड का इशू देख लूं, कुछ देखता हूँ क्या हो गया डिस्कॉर्ड में मेरे भाई। किधर है मेरा डिस्कॉर्ड, कहाँ पे है लिंक्स? कहाँ पे है रे बताओ। मेरे को तो नहीं दिख रहा, अभी तो क्लीन पड़ा है भाई, अभी तो डिस्कॉर्ड क्लीन पड़ा है, टेंशन की बात है ही नहीं। उफ, अनुज भाई, अनुज भाई का बैकअप, सामने वाली टीम का बैकअप, लेट्स गो। मतलब असली राउंड सब चालू होते हैं, असली राउंड सब चालू होंगे। मैं एक सेकंड आया। बैक।
That he was a dead man the moment the orbital strike was
ऑडियो
committed. I have to
मैजिक,
admit, this was so funny.
मेरा अंदर जाना और ऑडियो आने में कोई रिलेशन नहीं है गाइस।
They should capitalize on it now.
ऐसा
Orbital
कुछ नहीं
strike
गाइस,
ready
मैं
for
अंदर
Humbly.
गया ऑडियो
This
फिक्स
may
हो
be
गया,
another showstopper
ये
too.
कुछ नहीं है।
Revenant, they will just be forced to play with the blades of Josh.
लेट्स सी, लेट्स
I
सी।
mean, these orbital strikes have been quite funny now, haven't they? As soon as Blackhawk committed that
ओके,
orbital strike, I thought this guy is a dead man. Somehow survives and he gets healed back up as well. So it was really quite funny to see him get through all that mess. Although I must admit, now Velocity are going to be playing dangerous games. The judges have given them quite a lot of advantage before,
लेवल
but I'm
डिस्कॉर्ड पे
not
डाल
sure
दे।
if they
हाँ,
can continue doing the same. As long as Amaterasu is creative with his barrier orbs, I think they will still have an edge. Luckily, Revenant Esports don't have a lot of weaponry this time, so they can use one of those blitzkrieg attacks and probably catch Velocity off guard. And they've already started to do so.
जोश भाई।
Just decapitates Hellfighter. That's the judge out of the equation. They can easily dash into the lamps now.
रेवन भाई वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम।
There'll be a weapon to retrieve too.
ओह,
I'll try to
फर्क नहीं पड़ता, हम
make
हो
it
ना
a
साथ
post-plant
में, चिल
situation.
करेंगे।
So let's see how do Team Revenant want to play this one out. Paradox has the pain chills too, so if any close angle needs
काशिफ
clearing,
भाई,
you can use a
लेट्स सी
bit of util. And
क्या
there is
इस
some
राउंड में कुछ
UR
मैजिक कर सकते
A
हैं कि
showers presence shown too by Blackhawk. But Revenant, they regroup outside B. I think they're trying to play it contact, and Blackhawk gets a frag onto DM. Excalibur has also been spotted down by Paradox, but Excalibur at least wins the duel. Amaterasu inside, a very important fight, and the dink is there too. Amaterasu will be patched back up. Josh, not expecting that angle, and that's the spike down. There is just a sheriff available for
ब्रेक
L2A,
में
so he needs
क्या
to make
कहा
movements to hit the
ऐसा
shot. And the timing is
डैव
also a
भाई ने,
concern. Gets the spike down, has two birds to play
ये
with.
सीक्रेट मुझे भी
Wants to
जानना है।
isolate. Won't be able to do Doma.
आरपी स्ट्रीम कब
Just
सून
cleaning
यार
up shop and
करेंगे, आरपी स्ट्रीम
velocity.
करेंगे, टेंशन की
They
आरपी तो होती
continue their
रहती है।
winning run.
Yeah, but look at the simultaneous assaults by Revenant Esports. They are consecutively hitting all sides of the map at the same time. You have Paradox making contact towards a shot. He fights Scally over there. At the same time, Blackhawk is trying to fight out of Bath. He almost dinks and kills Amaterasu. This would have been a big game changer because all of Velocity were very confused as to where the actual hit is coming. You know, they weren't able to get their rotations in on time. And if it wasn't for Doma going unchecked over here, this round probably could have belonged to Revenant.
स्ट्रीम पर देखते हैं, अरे
Ace does
कोई
the
नहीं
best he
करूंगा,
can in that
टेंशन
situation.
नहीं है।
He doesn't have time, doesn't have HP, and he's strapped. So he's like, yeah, I might as well just get the
अरे
plant,
डेविल
get
भाई
that
करेंगे,
money,
अपनी स्ट्रीम पे भी आरपी करेंगे।
and then skedaddle out of here rather than try to actually go for the frag wins. But this is a good start for Velocity. Now, both the teams taking the lead against each other in each other's map pick.
And that's an important timeout called over here. Now bear in mind,
रेवेनेंट
Find
वालों का
is
टाइम आउट
a defensive
इंपॉर्टेंट
map.
है, 5-1 है।
So Revenant did not seem to
आई थिंक
care
अगला
about that
राउंड
particular fact when they played against OG and they were just running away
आपने
with
भी
the
अपने
round.
किया
So
सोल
this time
सिटी में,
around,
ठीक है।
they are facing Velocity and Velocity have
इतने दिन लग गए लाइव आने के लिए,
lots of
सॉरी
elements
यार
in their tribe.
ऋषिराज भाई, मैं स्ट्रीम
Most
के
of which
स्टार्टिंग में
is
सॉरी
again
भूल
based
चुका
off of
सबको,
Deathmaker and him getting those early
थोड़ा सा
frags.
ऊपर नीचे
And
हो
then
गई थी
inside,
लाइफ में,
Doma
काम
and
बढ़ गया था,
Amaterasu
देखो
have
अभी
been
टीम
just clutch
कोरिया
players,
में है,
always
बहुत
getting
काम
those
है,
2s and 3Ks.
वॉच पार्टी इसलिए
So
ट्रैवल
yeah,
कर
I
रहे
mean
थे,
Revenant, they're
थोड़ा सा
fundamentally not
टाइम
doing anything
में
wrong.
कमी हो गई।
It's just
जेड
the
भाई, दे
trades are not
लुकिंग
there. It
गुड
was really a problem for
after
Velocity to
how the
begin with.
first game went,
Let's
but I
see
want
if
to
they
see
have
them
been able
keep
to
this
figure something out
Okay,
consistency,
then.
because
ऐसी
they are.
नेक्स्ट दो गेम भी
I mean,
क्लोज
they
करें।
try to put the top onto A,
Okay,
and
then.
him not having that escape mechanism just hurt the players of Team Velocity now. Down,
No, but this is
away
this is
of the
still
round.
this is still such a difficult fight for Excali to win, right? He's getting double peaked over there. Of course, there was Hellfighter to trade alongside him, so it ideally should have just funneled in and turned into a big 2v2 fight.
Who do
But
you
now
think
there's
is
no
the
way for
next
them
big
to
thing
recover
in
this op,
Indian
and it's
gaming?
Mhm. The problem here, I think, is the new rework. He was not expecting a player to peak so wide, and then the door is also widened, so that
One of
angle
the
is not that comfortable as it used to be earlier.
players I follow
That
and
could
I'm
be one of the
looking
problems
closely
because
is
of which
Tricky.
Excali was not able to
Really
hit
like
the
his
first
gameplay.
shot. Because if he does, as you say,
बंदे
his
में दम
second
है।
player gets activated too. So even if Excali gets traded, Helef has a chance to trade him back. But that just did not happen because the first
एक
frag
और
went
जो
Revenant
खेल रहा
way.
था
And now it's all Helef,
वेंका,
all
वो
alone
भी
at the
अच्छा है।
site. No backup, no backup of any sorts, and he's able to get one, but that's about it. That's all
Great,
Cheerode and Revenant. They find themselves in a post-plan situation, a 4v3 post-plan situation, but Deathmaker has a very impactful ultimate, the showstopper.
The
ठीक है आश्रय
showstopper
भाई।
definitely can be a game changer. But Revenant aren't giving them any fights whatsoever. The boombot spots nothing. The birds see nobody. Amaterasu just has to hope that the Molly is able to clear out at least one player, or maybe force someone to
अरे क्या
give
हेलो
out an audio
स्ट्रीम,
cue.
हेलो
Doma's going for a very risky trailblazer.
स्ट्रीम,
If
हेलो।
someone shoots him in the back of his head, it would be a game over right here. And Paradox wants to peek
ओह
another
स्पॉटेड
Viper
चिंग
Toxin
भाई,
Cloud. Jing is cleaning up shop. Deathmaker finally
लेट्स
does
गो डी।
something, but there's really not
टाइम
much
नहीं है,
for him to offer at this point.
टाइम की कमी,
Paradox does not
टाइम
even
की
let
कमी
him
हो
save the
गई। एक
weapon.
सेकंड भाई,
Although money
थोड़ा
will
सा
be lethal for
पीछे हो
Paradox
गया,
right now because they were
फिक्स
able
कर
to pick up
देते
the
इसे।
rounds on the back of being able to land in the bonus. Now, wouldn't be a problem. They still will be able to
थोड़ा पीछे हो
purchase
गए थे।
in. But how do they stop? How do they? I mean,
हेलो भाई का
counter
स्लिक दूसरे पे भी लग जाता
would
तो
be the
बहुत
right
लाइक
word.
राउंड का और
The
उधर ही बदल
way that
जाता है यार,
Paradox is
ऑनेस्टली।
playing, because again he
थोड़ा
was
ऊपर
able
नीचे हो
to
गया उधर,
deliver the
बट
first
ठीक है यार,
frag.
चलता है।
Excali missing the op shot, although could have been where the round turned, because essentially after that Revenant just played it perfectly. Played the post plant perfectly this time around. But yeah, there we go. LF, he has already started off. He has a judge inside his own ultimate, and all the utility is around him, but they're not able to get him. They're not able to get the frag down, and Excali on just on the back of it is able to get one. The
But
Molly
Paradox is
will
already
although
stuck
give
behind.
away his position. Paradox gets a frag, and now the smoke as well, and then the
Oh,
counter pick
counter
from
ulti.
Revenant. They should have this round. Although the showstopper gets one, but the player behind him is the one he took down. Amaterasu is there with the trade. It's a 2v3. The play is
अनुज
still down.
भाई का
That's the
बैकअप
major
आए रे
ultimate that Team
बैकअप
Velocity need to find a way to play around.
I don't think they're going to plant right now. They will let the pit drop. They were hoping that somebody would be on the other side of it, and that would give them an edge going into the gunfights. But now they can just peek out of anywhere. Velocity is expecting them to peek from the lamps area. Rather, Amaterasu, as soon as he starts getting
1v1
kills, he gets shot down.
हाँ
Excali, he
Excali
still
भाई
wins those fights. What a clutch player.
क्लोज करते हैं.
Oh,
Let's
getting
go,
into the
feel the
same fight, he
velocity.
just had 16 HP left,
सुकी भाई
and he still comes
fruits
out on
like
top.
always.
That's just good shot
Cheers.
from Velocity.
आप सुकी भाई की हेल्थ और व्लॉगिंग का राज जानना चाहते हो? फ्रूट्स डेली खाते हैं. क्या हो गया भाई? स्ट्रीम हेलो हेलो स्ट्रीम आ जाएगी गाइस वापस. हाँ वो ब्रेक डाउन करेंगे अपन स्ट्रीम पे बैठ के परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन एमी थोड़ी देर बाद. बट पहले ये बता ये कौन जीतेगा? अरे फिर साउंड हेलो आ जाएगी गाइस, आ जाएगी, साउंड आ जाएगी, टेंशन नहीं. किसी ने मेरे को लगता है साउंड वाले पीसी पे लात मार दी गलती से, तो फिक्स कर दी. टेंशन नहीं, हो जाता है. प्रोडक्शन वालों को याद रहता है ऐसा होता है.
Join his team. In fact, he's ready to jump through the TP,
Hanzu
but
को तो साउंड आ
the
गया.
B-long area has been breached already. And as soon as he jumps into the TP, Ace is ready for this one. Ching is making this one work, and all of a sudden, Revenant find themselves ahead of Velocity.
But look at the problem. The spike is stuck inside the teleporter, and you need Ching to come and bail right to Ace out. The spam is not being thrown in. He finally goes in for the spam, but both the players cross. The spike will now have enough time to be planted down, but can Amaterasu stop the players? No, he cannot. The spam does not find right to Ace. He is trying to give the players a hard time, but now he is the one in trouble. Tries to fake out the jump, but no one's biting, no one's speaking. Amaterasu gets picked by Ching, and that's a Thrifty and Revenant. With this round could really come back in the game.
You saw him at the end of the whole round. The other guy also threw out his pistol to imitate what Amaterasu was doing. Oh, I swear to God, the subtle BM from the players of Revenant Esports is so entertaining to watch. But these egos, man, Velocity can't afford them anymore. I thought that Amaterasu would be a dead man the moment he picked up a fight towards Hookah because he can't be traded. And
इतनी
while
जल्दी
he's
तो
the
मत
one
बोलो
who's
यार
able to
उन्हें.
get all the frags, Revenant bulldozed their way through B long. I thought that was the stronger area for Velocity, but Josh is just able to decapitate everyone with the Guardian. And then he flips the script. As soon as Amaterasu realizes that the site is vacant and he's in danger now, he pushes out, partially to stop the guys from teleporting in, but as soon as they killed Hellfighter on the TP, Amaterasu was supposed to help him out.
Dragon and
He
Arsenal,
was
bro.
already way ahead of him.
Arsenal
Good adjustment by Ching too. Uses the poison cloud
always.
to bail the spike out of a troublesome situation.
And that timeout from Velocity is out of desperation because
मैं
now
पे बोल रहे
they
बिल्कुल
themselves don't
सही
have
कर रहे हो
money.
लॉन्डो, ऐसे ही करते
So
रहो.
if
मेक श्योर
Revenant do not get
ड्यूल्स
thrifty,
जीतो, फाइट जीतो, अच्छा
Revenant
कर
should
रहे
have
हो.
the fourth.
ये लो मैं माइक
And
बंद करके बैठ.
that's a decent number to put in first half on the map of Bind. Although yes, previously your defense was not that good. Team Revenant defenses where they lost most of their rounds. But I mean, it is a different day. It is a different team you're facing against. So I mean, the results could
पता
be
है
different.
blind हो तो
Doma
डोमा मेरे
spotted
को पता है कोई ना
multiple
कोई तो
players
है.
of team Revenant heading his way and instantly hits the TP. Now Amaterasu, let's see if he's even able to get one. The Trailblazer will make sure he does not get anything. Ching chucks him down. There is no one on this B side. There will be Helef try to
डोमा में
keep in
टिक लेके
maybe,
कट
but yeah,
ली है.
that Molly will make sure he does not.
डोमा में like
Easy side
बाय.
entry, orbital strike ready if necessary on the post plan. Revenant, they should have this round locked for themselves.
Oh, that was a very faulty one way. Paradox had no reason to peek over there. But even if he does, I can understand. He kind of wants to figure out exactly how many players are there. Velocity know that one has crossed into elbow. They have two players' information available on hookup, but they need to find the rest. And the orbital strike shuts them down perfectly. It buys so much time. And now poor Doma was isolated. His teammates now have to jump through this toxin screen, which they never know is going to be up or down. And of course, the sound cues from dropping will give away their positions too.
Time नहीं है रे अब.
The spike is half
Time
gone,
गया.
and with it, the hopes of Velocity as well. Blackhawk getting exits as he finally makes his way across, but all these frags go heavily in the favor of Revenant, and they keep 2 of their weapons
6-4.
alive as well. Velocity will now be soon facing the broke days once again. You know, they've been in the economic trenches in Split, and I just hope they don't find themselves over there once more. The last few weapons that they can muster will be purchased now. But if Velocity lose this, they will only have just a tiny bit of money in the next round. They will have a loss bonus of 3 rounds, which isn't all that much.
नहीं होगा. अगले में round में बहुत कम होएगा.
I mean, the only thing that you can say went positive for Velocity in the previous round was the usage of orbital strike. So they have one ultimate less to worry about in this half, and Hellas starts on a very positive note too. The orbital strike will force the players to
Chelsea equals to VLT. ऐसा
just
कैसे?
go into the welcoming arms of Helef, and Helef is able to mow down 3. And look at the
ये
quick
कौन
plan
सा
through a
comparison?
shot. Paradox will take the chance, will take the risk to get the spike down. For Velocity, the retake should be there. Oh, but wait a minute. Paradox has showstopper available.
Timing.
That could be huge, but exactly the timing is not in his favor.
क्या
Does he see the gun barrel? Of course he does.
No way!
Back onto Excali. What was that? And suddenly the post plant becomes so very strong for Revenant. Showstopper, nade, and a whole lot of ching too. And they don't need any of it because Paradox went in, guns blazing, and gets the ace.
Jesus Christ, he's the only one who makes it across. The blitzkrieg speed of his satchels takes him on the other side, and that's a position Hellfighter can't shoot him down in. Kudos to Hellfighter as well. Amazing spray down as the rest of Revenant were trying to escape the orbital strike. But you look at the positioning of Paradox, and you could tell that he didn't have all the information. He threw in the nade towards the lamps area. He was planting while watching the smoke, which kind of tells you that Revenant aren't sure if Velocity are present over there or not. And despite lacking information, despite almost getting shot in the back of his head while he was trying to peek a shot, he's able to slay them both. That's just nuts. And once again, the awareness is perfect. Amaterasu has to make a run for it. And now there's a showstopper on his end. Okay. That wasn't supposed to happen.
खुद को मार दिया. मेरा भाई. Hello. Ace की खुशी में इतना बह गए.
Made the player super low so that he just dies to his own rocket.
Yep.
And although you'd say that it is a good trade for Team Velocity maybe, but now for retakes you do not have any smokes left. So it has to be a complete
They can res.
Corner clearing. Corner clearing.
But look at the position he okay, yeah. Now they can, never mind. So the smokes are back in action. And now Doma spotted 2 players. Right to ace has the bird available and the flash is there, although he turns it
No
perfectly.
way.
He turns it perfectly and even puts right to ace.
Josh को दिख गया भाई.
Gets one. The knife gets one. The second is not there and the shots get
Nice Anuj bhai. Game well welcome to stream. जो stream पे यार like करो फटाफट subscribe. Please do. Yeah, way to spoil the party.
At least Velocity keep this competitive.
7-5 switch.
Lead in the first half. So much better than Split already. But then again, this is partially because of the stage. They did have a little bit of a defensive composition. Especially with Hellfighter doubling up as a pseudo sentinel. They will have quite a lot going in their favor in the first half, which was expected. But now in the second half, how will they get inside? Of course, with the Viper being available in the double controller, they will have the ability to bamboozle Revenant Esports. But Revenant are the kind of team that will just run them down, you know. On the defensive side, Revenant play very
ठीक है
aggro.
समीर भाई
And they take map control quite quickly. So even if you are able to bamboozle them with the double controller setup, Revenant have ways of
कास्टर
pivoting
को
the
पहली बार
position.
देख रहा हूँ मैं
So will
फ्रिक्स
this be a
प्लेस
clean
को
2-0?
पहले कभी नहीं
Or will
देखा
we see map number 3?
क्लिप्स तो भाई अपना
Find
ही
out on the other side of this break.
बट कैरी भाई सेक्सी लग रहा है सच झूठ नहीं बोलूंगा कैरी भाई बहुत सेक्सी लग रहा है ओह कैरी भाई
ब्रो फ्रिज मीट के लिए हीट के लिए नहीं ब्रो दिस ग्राफिक्स कार्ड इज मेकिंग माय फ्रेम्स ड्रॉप कम विद मी इफ यू वांट टू गेम
The all-new OMEN 16 with advanced Tempest cooling technology, now with 5 heat pipes and 4 thermal outlets. The OMEN 16 with 12th Gen Intel Core i7 processor to make you forget your frame drop.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to the stream.
Game on.
बहुत टाइम बाद देखे मेरे को आप ऐड को
Presenting Hyundai i20 line. It's time
Hey, do you
to
guys
play.
thank you for the subscribe.
Yes, I'm a Gen Z. Or should I say, the Gen Next. And I don't let fear hold me back from doing anything. I choose to move fearlessly to it all.
Hey buddy, we need you to trim your beard for this next scene.
What? Okay, fine, I'll admit it. I move fearlessly in most things, but I draw the line
Beard
here.
to trim करनी
What if I
पड़ती
nick
है
out
guys,
myself?
देखो
Try this.
आप गैंग आरपी कब करोगे सोच रहा हूँ यार गैंग आरपी करूँ भी कि नहीं करूँ दैट इज स्टिल प्रोसेस गोइंग ऑन
Welcome back to OMEN Valorant Challengers South Asia. You guys are watching Velocity versus Revenant Esports, and yep, Revenant did win map number 1 in quite a dominant fashion, but at least in buy-in, Velocity are able to save their face, have a little bit of grace, and maybe they might even make Revenant regret this one. But Paradox ignores the flashes. He just goes in straight for the kill. He ignores the boombot and the nades. This man is unstoppable. They've jumped in from the TPs as well, and they will blitzkrieg onto Velocity Gaming. A 2-for-2 trade instantly. At least it's down to a 2v2 once more, and right off the bat, the violence is the solution.
गैंग आरपी
George though has
पता है बट
very
वो
little HP
देख रहा हूँ
left, so
रूल्स
you
ब्रेक
need
नहीं
to
करना
be
है
very
मेरे को
careful, Paradox, while
आई
taking
डोंट थिंक
these
गैंग के
spikes.
साथ आप वो कर
It
सकते
is
हो
better to
टी हो
give
जाए
away the spike and the position, so that at least you're able to win.
7-5
Josh, he himself is hopping all around
VLT.
the shot and wants to get the perfect timing onto Helef. But does he get it is the question, Paradox. They're playing in such symphony right now. A team Revenant,
अच्छा
let's
खेल
see
रहा
if
है
they're
यार
able to close out the round or not. Josh finds a good spot.
अरे
Has
भाई
to
वेलकम
hit the
टू
shot, but not
स्ट्रीम
onto Amaterasu.
लेट्स गो
Has to fall back. Has to reposition again. And this cat and mouse game between Team Velocity and Revenant. Let's see which of these teams comes out.
कैसे भी बढ़िया
And the problem here for Revenant
वीआरटी
is
जीतने की और
Paradox is
बढ़िया
nowhere near the trading position. So Josh has to play a rat angle to at least get one. And he is positioned perfectly.
आरपी
They
करूंगा
will
तो
still
उससे
hit
भी
the
बढ़िया
TP though.
यस
And now Paradox will be activated once again. He has the perfect spot. He has the perfect angle. Let's see if he's able to hit the perfect shots. He will be cut off because of the line of sight, but gets the shot corrected. Still, through the smoke he goes. But Helef is able to trade things out in a 1v1. A single bullet to the dome is what both the players need. The reposition from Helef is great. And will he be countered? Of course he will. It is Paradox. And he gets the job done. A pistol round where you needed the equalizer. Revenant. They just push from everywhere on the map. And finally it is Paradox once again to bail them out.
Paradox, the messiah of this team. He's the hero. He doesn't need a cape. Sometimes he can be a villain to the other team, but I love the aggression from Revenant. Paradox is just absolutely relentless now, isn't he? All the utility in the world just doesn't bother him. There's birds, nades, and boombots in his face, but he will just go for the fights. And he somehow restabilizes all throughout. Revenant even jump in from the B long teleporters. They've used this Viper wall which covers the entirety of Hookah, B long, as well as Bath. So Revenant can easily crunch this area again and again. And this time it's Josh. Same place, same problem for Velocity. Only the player is different, and now they lost the spike too. So yeah, this round is looking sealed already.
Anyways, Velocity were not expecting much. I mean, if you lose the first pistol round, it's always against you in the next round.
Oh, Excali returns the favor. Appeal bhi karega Excali, of course.
It gets a frag. But then again,
Oh,
remember the Sage heal nerf. It will impact Excali a lot. He's just 1 or maybe 2 bullets of a Spectre. 38 HP, yeah, 2 bullets will take him down. He is still trying to take some shots, and even Doma's trying to creep up. Doma gets one, but then right to ace is there with the trade. In a 1v3, Doma has done it before. Won't be able to do it this time around.
कस्टमर
Good thing
done
that
it
they're able
before
to drop a
किया है,
couple
but
of
अभी shield
Spectres
खत्म
all
है,
around.
HP लो
But
है,
yeah,
3
Kevin
अलग
Reynolds
साइड पे
will take
प्लेयर
a big
हैं.
hit because of it.
SLV साथ में पुश हो रहा है, उसको डबल मिलेगा. क्या क्या?
Sheesh. Equalizer right away. Revenant Esports are always
7-7
supposed to be the
lead
most aggressive team.
खत्म.
I mean, they kind of built up their reputation like this, you know? Even back in the off-season when they weren't playing in Split 1, we knew Revenant Esports would have added a little bit of spice to the tournament because they are such a dynamic and aggressive team, and now they're really showing us why. This smoke that's been put up by Blackhawk makes Velocity kind of paranoid. They're expecting someone to peek on the back of it. That's exactly why Hellfighter is using his snake bites right away. Even Doma and the rest of the boys from Velocity are holding this smoke, expecting a push, but they don't see anybody on the back of it. Paradox deliberately reveals himself, hoping to set up Josh for success. That was a good bait, and now Blackhawk helps them out as well. Picture perfect Valorant, man. Paradox distracts them, Josh decapitates them, and even though Paradox has taken a lot of damage, he's
कैसा
able to
bonus खेल रहे
continue
लोग?
hitting these headshots.
Sheriff
I mean, do one better. He's able to retrieve the rifle too, and then the showstopper. Oh my god, this round is done. Revenant is just firing on all cylinders. Every player is winning his duel. And it seems like Right to Ace is the only one to have a piece of pie. He is the only one left.
Para
But yeah, Paradox
close
will fill
round
him
और
for
Revenant
Phil.
पहली बार गेम में लीड कर रहा है यार अब.
Revenant.
Fill his body full of lead. Just pump
पहली
his
बार
guts full of those
ये
bullets,
मैप
you know?
में Revenant लीड पे गई है.
Put him in excruciating pain. Dude, what is this? Revenant walk into the round with specters and sheriffs and whatnot. They walk out with multiple upgraded weapons, a showstopper, and enough cash for an op. That's
टीजर है किस चीज का?
absolutely
चित्तौड़ भाई किस चीज का टीजर है?
Oh my god, and what do the Velocity do? I mean, it is still not over. At least it's better than what we saw on Split. But they need a victory over here. And that too convincingly, I'd say, so that at least we have some hopes on map number 3. But for now, it seems like Revenant will find themselves in the lead after this round. Both the players inside have been spotted down, so that's one good thing. DM misses the paint shell, so that angle has to be re-cleared, but you cannot disrespect the Viper wall. They try to jump through, and Ching is making
Ching
short
bhai.
work of everybody. He is just getting all frags left and right. The switch to Sheriff won't be able to get the frag.
Ching
with
and
Mike
Josh
Stanley. Man,
clear
you
up
put forward
Paradox.
every time, but your team isn't.
हेलो जय वीरू, जय विप्रो, कैसे हो? जो जो नया आ रहे स्ट्रीम पे लाइक कर दो और सब्सक्राइब मार दो. Like good people, I know you guys are,
This is
and I
almost
will try
deja
to
vu
be
of
regular.
Split.
मैं regular हूँ.
Revenant
कल भी
won
आऊँगा.
4-0 in Split. They
पक्का,
started off
promise.
on a very brilliant
Let's go.
note, and now they have 4 rounds consecutively strung together in this second half of Bind as well. And they don't even lose a lot of weapons, which means the economy will
करते
snowball
चित्तौड़ भाई
out of
करते हैं, वो
control.
भी
Look at
करेंगे.
the money that Ching has. 7,000 bucks to spare. 6,350 on Blackhawk. They've got money for days, and they're about to reach double digits. Doma instantly pops the Seekers. That's a
So
bit
hard.
too early of an investment, but
So
I
hard.
guess he just wanted to find out how many are to go
कैसा
on the
भाई?
B side. But with all 3 Seekers going B, it
How
will
have you been,
mislead
my brother
Velocity.
Soham?
Revenant are just starting to rotate back into B side. And the timing is going to be crucial. Hellfighter and Deathmaker rack up the kills. At least Ching is able to burn one before he dies,
Sorry,
but
Bob.
Josh with the op is just absolutely nuts. And now he's got the blades too. Inside the smoke, he will be disoriented, dismembered, but Paradox shows us what
Kya hua?
dismemberment truly means. He will literally disintegrate them to pieces,
Oh.
blow them to smithereens, and now it's back to 2v2.
Alright,
We
how
are
was
back to
college?
square
Results
one,
hai
and
tera?
Velocity are
I
on
have
the
to been
starting
great,
blocks
bro.
once again. Spike drop deep
Busy
inside
with
enemy lines. And Revenant
the
had to make
VCT
sure this
games, the
crossfire
watch
is intact,
parties,
but Paradox peeks ahead.
The flash.
and everything
has to
on the
make
back
this
end.
perfect.
Dekho to pata hi
The
kaisa
flash
chalta
does give away his position, but he can always take another pose.
8-9.
Doma anticipates
VLT
that
are
too.
not done yet.
Velocity. Mid-round they hit the brakes, and that's a great call. I mean, Revenant, the way they were flooding into the side was just insane. Josh, even though he gets
Dab
one
bhai.
frag and was surrounded with a lot of
Round
players, he
about
still
time
bought a
of
lot of time for
momentum.
his team to get into the side, and that's where Paradox gets the
I think he
shot of
noticed
frag.
something important,
It was a
probably.
2v2, but both the players lost their duels. But hey, they were able to significantly dent the economy for Velocity. Velocity do have one thing in their favor, that they have a couple of ultimates getting into this round. They have the pit available and they have the resurrection. Resurrection in my mind is one of the best possible abilities in the game, but then using it is completely another thing. You do not get to use it more than
हाँ हाँ
twice, or
देखते हैं चित्तौड़
at
भाई
maximum
गेम के
3
बाद
times in a
देखिए
whole
गेम
game.
कंप्लीट हो जाने दो यार पहले
So that is something you'll need
गेम
to keep in mind.
इम्पोर्टेंट है
Excali, ask your boys to just go forward, try to take those early fights because the resurrection is always available.
और डैब भाई बोल रहे हैं भाई लोग
Unless you're someone like
टीम
Vibhor,
ड्यूल्स
you won't get to use your ultimate more than 3 times in a
डबल
round.
पिक करके लो
Remember that one
अकेले
game where
अकेले मत
Vibhor
लो
was playing and he was
प्रॉब्लम हो
able to get
सकती
his
है
lockdown like some 4 times?
Yep.
The first time in the third round itself. That was quite a good series. But now Velocity have all these
we will win
dangerous
bro
ultimates. Look at it.
we'll win or Multine
Hellfighter
will
with the
qualify
Mighty Spit
don't
can
worry
shut
about it
down an area by himself.
G
And
fighting
if
always
Velocity lose the other parts of the map, Revenant will be in trouble because of the
why
showstopper as
inactive on
well.
YT sir Ujjwal bhai sorry for being inactive
Not
I
the
will
best
not be
flash,
inactive
but
anymore
that's okay.
I
We'll win
promise you
about
guys
even anyway.
Roach
But you can't peek out of the wipe of Poison Cloud like that. Deathmaker instantly
at least
dies.
5
Oh,
times
snaps onto his heads. Okay. I think Ace wasn't supposed to survive their encounter, but he still gets away with a favorable trade.
All while Doma is still holding a shower. So essentially, I think they will come back to that A site. And the good thing for Revenant, they did not over-rotate. So they still have both these players standing on the A side. And
let's
again
see
and again,
let's see
Showers
oh
is being smoked. So Doma really has no information about the players on side, except for the time where Paradox gives him a step or throws a piece of util. That is when he can call that at least 2 players are on side, because the Brim is smoking the side again and again, and Para is throwing some util. And Para's position will be known. The Seekers have been invested by Team Revenant to make sure that B is completely clear. And look at that. Josh instantly rotates. To buy some time, there's a molly on A. Showers, there's a laid out A shot. And Josh has now
oh bhai
arrived. The
oh bhai
showstopper will yield a kill because Paradox has some heroics. And on the back of it, Blackhawk and Josh get those frags.
No
and
way!
Para's a madman. He's a madman to just attempt plays like that and make them work.
Holy hell, dude. I'm not sure if this guy is playing Valorant anymore. I haven't seen movement like that. I mean, we've seen Jets dodge showstoppers by updrafting in, but satcheling
Kya
isn't
miss
as
kiya?
simple as updrafting, right? It's not just one button. You have to position yourself too. He dealt some damage to Deathmaker and then just satcheled away so flawlessly. And that too in just one blast pack, straight on the other side of the truck. Repositions towards lamps and then climbs back once more to shoot down the Brimmy in the head. Holy hell.
भाई सैचल तो था
That
क्या
has
बोलता है
to
गैरी
be an MVP worthy play. If I don't get to see that in the highlights anymore, I will personally take it up with my producer guy.
चित्तौड़ भाई क्रिएटर का हर जगह कुछ रहता है टेंशन मत ले
God,
फिर
I
गुड
mean,
क्रिएटर रहोगे
it's one
क्रिएटर
thing to lose the round.
ई
It's one
स्पोर्ट्स
thing to
बहुत
lose
दो
a round
अलग अलग
and
चीज
your
है
mind too.
And
And
get
how you
completely
can
recover
be
sidelined.
how do you recover from
synergized
situation like
together
that?
but
Because
they
now
are
you
two
don't
very
even
different
have
things
money.
bro
I mean, money is also not supporting you in game. So that will definitely hurt the players of Team Velocity a lot. See, if they find something, if they're able to get into the side, if they get a frag, they can always use that pit. Let's see if that's the case or not. A very defensive move thrown in, but yeah, right way is still not cleared. The pit will irrespectively be thrown. and the player is not checking the corner. So Blackhawk, if he moves in, he gets a free frag. Velocity though are yet to get the spike down, and all the rotations are already here for Team Revenant. 3 players inside. I think maybe 4 players, all 4 players on site.
Yeah, but look at these smokes from Revenant.
Wilching,
I'm sorry, from Velocity Gaming. They don't cover the CT and the elbow sides. They only make sure that the backside is available for Revenant, which they will use as a staging ground. And when Josh jumps in, he will
nice try.
have some momentum. Ching captures momentum on the back of it.
को
He
बहुत
jumps in
careful रहना
alongside
पड़ेगा.
him. And all of a sudden, this action turns into traction, and Revenant are digging a shallow grave for Velocity Gaming. They don't have time to dig 6 feet. They're gonna speedrun through this game.
8-11, and the momentum which Team Velocity had in the first
8-11.
half snatched away from them. I mean, it looks like all the mistakes that were happening in the game against OG have been corrected, have been fixed from Revenant. This second half is looking like they have every possible read.
Chitor bhai, to create karo, that's your niche then. Keep creating great content.
How do you work around it if you're Team Velocity? Do you try and change up the pace? It did not work the previous time. Do you try and go for the slow default where
Gaming to क्या practice करो आ जाएगी.
did not work, you've already
वो तो
tried it.
dedicated practice
What do
होनी
you
है
do
उसकी.
against this squad of Revenant?
कोई भी game. जितना ज़्यादा
This time
खेलोगे
it wasn't
जितने
even Paradox who made the most amazing plays, right? It was just Velocity failing to put the smokes at the right place. They only cover very little area. Only as far as the Viper's pit goes. The Sky Smokes were also deployed towards either side of the metal box. So it really makes it difficult for Velocity to have good post-plant positions. And with smokes like that, Revenant can easily circle you around. And that will be a big problem. Oh, a rare miss from Josh, but I think he can get away with that one.
By ace, by
Not, but right twist is always there to support. And then the player coming out, B long gets one frag. Amaterasu, great shot, and then DM turns onto Blackhawk too. Finally, they symphony into the side. But then again, I'd not give it to the players of Team Velocity, and I'll explain in a minute until unless this retake happens.
बहुत ज़्यादा
Shut down. But all of this
बहुत
happened
ज़्यादा W.
because Excali was not picked
But
off.
take has been
He was
working for him.
just shot in the leg, a 120 tag, and you had the
VLT
spike
9
ready
or
to
11.
push off George from that angle, which you won't have in this round. So to replicate
खेलो, अरे
those
जो भी खेलो,
instances again,
अरे जो दिल से खेलो, जो मजा आता है वही खेलो ना.
is something very difficult.
उसमें तो टेंशन ही नहीं है. जो मन करे जिसमें मजा है वो दिल से खेलो. मतलब मैं तो आरपी करता हूँ भाई, आरपी करने में मजा आता है, वो दिल से खेलता हूँ. उसमें तो गुड बैड ई-स्पोर्ट्स है ही नहीं. मजे वो तो क्रिएटर बेस्ड है. PG3 वन बताऊंगा, अल्फा भाई. मुझे तो मालूम है, पता चल गया मुझे.
At least with
एक
this
दिन
one,
बताऊंगा
they've
लाइव पे,
somewhat
आजकल लाइव
neutralized
पे
that
बता दूं.
economy that Revenant had, you know. At one point they were rolling in money. Now even they have
Rolling in
slightly
money.
precarious amounts in the bank. Hold on,
This
though.
is a piece.
Yeah, this is an A piece, but Josh is positioned perfectly. At least the Trailblazer shows you where the AWP is, but he
Josh भाई
re-peeks that
क्या
angle.
मारते
Who would
हैं?
expect that?
And he is still inside. Hey, you fall
चित्तौड़ में
back
पीजी
over
के
there.
ट्राउट सभी
If you do
खुलेंगे
not
तो
do much, just takes off your
दे
head.
देना ट्राउट.
Orbital strike
रील
is
वील
ready
बनाने को
and will
बोलते
be
हैं,
baited
बना
out.
दियो.
Great
एकदम
presence of
मस्त
fight
वाली.
from Amaterasu to
पूरा
just
डिस्कॉर्ड
bait out
ज्वाइन
the
कर
orbital
ले.
strike.
चैनल
Then
फॉलो
Molly,
कर लो,
maybe
इंस्टा
not
इंस्टा
because Deathmaker's
बताते हो
already
तो.
watching the angle. But DM forced out. The Molly is burning him down, and he gets
बाकी
cleared.
आपका कंटेंट
Although
मेरे को
Doma
भेज के रख दो.
is able to
इंटरेस्टिंग
get
लगे तो
one.
मैं भी
Blackhawk with the
फॉरवर्ड कर
second
दूंगा.
though. Wait
इंस्टा
a
पे
minute,
भेज दो.
Revenant trading it perfectly. But Velocity, they hightail it towards the B side. They hit the TP. They will get the
तो 2v2 है चिंग
and
ब्लैक
make
हॉक
themselves comfortable
वर्सेस
in a 2v2
अनुज
most
भाई
good
एंड
situation
डोमा.
because they have a lot of time to work
ये
with.
अनुज भाई और डोमा की
Doma has to
कम्युनिकेशन
set the
सही
stage
रही
up
ना
for
एकदम.
success. Amaterasu's positioned perfectly to play on the back of it, but the timing is just simply not there. Revenant Esports, they get map point. They're on the verge of 2-0 Velocity Gaming. This was quite a spectacular round, I must admit. It started off in a slightly dicey fashion because all the repeats from Josh were somewhat questionable. Yes, he's able to get that frag onto Hellfire,
ऐसे कुछ नहीं,
which
फॉलो
is all
कुछ
nice
नहीं
and
और
great.
देखते
Even
हैं
Paradox
पर्सन
gets
कैसे
killed
फिर.
early on, so I'm thinking, yeah, maybe Velocity have this in the bag because the
जो
trades
बहुत
were
सारे
going
ऐसे लोगों को मैं
well
जानता
in
हूँ जो
their
पीजी
favor.
में थे, जो
Even though Orbital
एक
Strike gets
कोई
dodged,
या तो
so that
यूट्यूब पे थे ही नहीं,
ideally should
या तो
be
इंस्टा पे थे ही नहीं,
Velocity's cue to
कुछ
win.
नहीं था.
But guess what happens next?
इंटरेस्टिंग मोड पे आ चुका है ये गेम.
Deathmaker. And because he's giving away so much sound and he's flashed, Blackhawk is able to get a very easy kill onto him. And then the spray transfer onto the other guy on top. That was just not supposed to happen.
यार
Amaterasu was playing for first
वही था
contact.
यार
He was
लास्ट राउंड में
hoping that
डोमा
the
भाई और
flash from
अनुज भाई और
Doma would come in at the perfect time, but Amaterasu died before he could
उन्हें
even
वेट
fire
करना
back.
था उधर, ये एग्जैक्टली
And
जो
then
क्रिप
Doma
बोला,
does the
उन्हें
best
वेट
he
करना
can,
था उधर,
just
डोमा का
put
वेट
the flash
करना
down,
साथ
hope
में.
that he's able to spray them both, but that's just not possible. The movement on these guys is just a bit too good.
Why is the timeout call though from Revenant? I mean, it will
Why
help
not?
Velocity. It
सितौर
will
भाई
help
नहीं हो
Velocity
तो
more than
आ
anything
जाओ,
because I think Velocity did not
प्लेटफॉर्म
have any timeouts left.
हेल्प करता है,
I mean, we've seen
हर से हेल्प
many
करता है.
times in the
It's
past
replaced,
Velocity
at least for me,
uh,
I have
on the
a
verge
lot
of losing
more
a map, but
casual
then because of a
conversations on
timeout, they're
Instagram
able
rather
to
than
mount
WhatsApp.
that comeback.
WhatsApp
Exactly.
is now
Exactly.
So
mostly
maybe
able to
something
work
similar can happen.
and
But
work
then
related.
again,
Yeah,
Revenant also have
that
to
reminds me.
take a risk
Gary
over
bhai,
here and go for
phone
that
pass karo.
tactical timeout. You know what happened yesterday, right? Or rather in the last match that Revenant played. They didn't take a tactical timeout. OG kept on climbing and climbing, and before you know it, OG made the comeback and they won the game. So Revenant have to take that chance.
Let's see though. In terms of ultimates, you do not have anything impactful. Deathmaker even misses his double satchel. So I think this shows that, okay, yes, Deathmaker is playing the Raze, but he is not very comfortable on the agent because double satchels is something you really need to just master in the first few days if you want to play it on this map. So many close corners can be just cleared by perfectly throwing in those double satchels. And Doma just making sure A showers is A U-Haul is completely empty. They get the control, they get the wall down too. But now how do you deal with the showstopper? You run away. That's how. Amaterasu tagged up, left with 25 HP, but the thing is he's still surviving. Although Paradox, he is trying to just throw the nade, throw every bit of utility that he has to stop the plant, but it still happens. And Amaterasu burning because of the molly a little bit. But this retake from Revenant is going to be very, very interesting to see.
Yeah, Velocity don't have much space to work with.
Sorry
As
guys,
long as
काम
Doma
की
can
कुछ
circle around
messages
Bath
से
and
तो
maybe
reply
alleviate some
करना
pressure,
जरूरी था.
stopping the spike from being diffused
जो
is very
सैटरडे नाइट
difficult.
की मैसेजेस
Velocity
मैंने
have to fight their way
इग्नोर कर
through.
दी, वो
They take
स्ट्रीम के
patterns on
बाद
two
आंसर
fronts,
करूंगा.
both towards A-Shot as well as the lamps, but Josh scales up the height and his blades are making a difference. Excali's so lost,
Black
so
Hawk crucial
confused. He's
खेलता हो
got
Black
sound
Hawk
cues
का.
all around him, but he can't see an enemy.
Doma
And
भाई.
Doma's flank finally comes into effect, but Ace shuts it down before he can make too much of an impact. The time has run out, but Ace is taking it. Amaterasu can't shoot him in time. Revenant have done the impossible. They take down Velocity 2-0. And just like that, Velocity's dynasty is heavily being questioned.
Oh, what a game. What a game from the side of Team Revenant. I mean, before the game started, me and Crips were having a conversation regarding this and we're talking how Revenant really have a chance at beating Team Velocity. But none of us expected it to be a 2-0. We all thought that this will be a 3-map series. So Velocity have been buried deep into the ground as Revenant.
Well done.
they virtually
Velocity,
have
well done.
performed
Good
their
one,
spot in the
Revenant.
playoffs.
Revenant pulling off what probably could have been one of the biggest upsets in VCSA. Velocity.
चलो भाई लोग, मजा आया मैच देख के. बहुत जल्द मिलूंगा आरपी के साथ इस बार, ठीक है? लेट्स स्ट्रीम आरपी सून.
ਯਾਰ ਨੀ ਵੱਟ ਖਾਣ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਪੰਗੇ ਜਾਣ ਜਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੈਠੇ ਆਂ ਬਿਠਾਇਆ ਬੰਦੇ ਉੱਠਣੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਮਿੰਟੋ ਮਿੰਟ ਪੱਟ ਨਾ ਤੂੰ ਹੱਸ ਬੱਲੀ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਏ ਤੰਗ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਬੱਲੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਮੈਟਰ 'ਚ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਨਾ ਪਲਸ ਬੱਲੀਏ ਕਰਦਾ ਏ ਤੰਗ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਦੱਸ ਬੱਲੀ ਨੀ ਮੈਂ ਹੱਕ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਹਿਣੇ